The Sports Hub of Joe Murray with you. And I wish we can call this a Fourth and Friday, but not just yet. Not just yet, although football season has begun. We are going to talk about the Patriots all night long. There is a preseason game tonight as well. The Red Sox are in action, although it is raining outside. Wonder if there's any delays on that one. But your reaction to the Patriots' first preseason game, they won. They won last night. So your thoughts at 617-779-0985. You can also join us on YouTube. Tonight's a good night. It's just me and Skaz tonight. No intern. Just us two. You never know what you're going to get on the Joe Show. So again, the phone number is 617-779-0985. And, well, I worked last night until 1 o'clock. I did Patriots post game with Leroy Irvin. So I at least gave some instant reaction to what happened on the field last night. I've had a chance to digest some of the things, so certainly we'll get into that. There is some news regarding a player that is no longer with the Patriots that just did not work out. But the story is the quarterback situation. And may I just start out by saying the preseason is practice. The preseason is practice. And when you play in a preseason game, you generally do not see starters because why? The games don't matter. They're practice. And I thought that last night was a missed opportunity for the New England Patriots to let Drake Maye practice. And I'll say this. I want to start by saying this. They had a plan. They stuck to the plan. They're sticking with the plan. They have set up this expectation that Drake Maye is not ready to play. So is he not ready to practice? Just be prepared, everybody, this year. It's going to be a slow burn when it comes to Drake Maye's development. The Patriots, I think, told us last night that Drake Maye is not going to help the Patriots. I may add this also. I don't think the Patriots are helping Drake Maye. One series for the third overall pick last night in a game against one of the worst teams in the NFL. Did you know the Panthers and Patriots are listed as the worst teams in the NFL according to Vegas? They have the lowest win totals in football. And the Panthers certainly looked the part. The Patriots last night, they had an opportunity to let Drake Maye play against one of the worst teams in the NFL in a practice game. They gave him 7 reps in a practice game. So I'll say it one more time. The Patriots are making it clear that Drake Maye will not help them this year, and that the Patriots, as of right now, looks like they're not helping Drake Maye. And I've been consistent, so I'm going to be consistent when I tell you this. Drake Maye does not have to play in regular season games to develop this year. He does not have to. And I'm fine with that. That's their choice. That's what they want to do. We don't even need to talk about it anymore. It's what they're going to do. But when it comes to the preseason, what do they value about preseason football? And if their decision was let them get a rep this week, next week they play the Philadelphia Eagles, there'll be joint practices, and let's just mention something that Bill Belichick always has. Bill Belichick always cared about joint practices more than preseason football games. So I thought things were different with Gerard Mayo here. I thought maybe you would see a little bit more Drake Maye because it was practice. But one series in a practice game, it was disappointing to only see him out there for that amount of time. I'm not even sure if he got his feet wet. It did rain, but did he even get his feet wet? He handed the ball off on 3 of 6 snaps, had 2 easy throws, a screen pass to Antonio Gibson on 3rd down for a 12-yard gain, and a quick swing pass to Kevin Harris on a 3rd and 11. Maye had 1 drop-back throw. He threw a high pass to Jalen Reagor. It might have sailed a little bit there. But Maye went 2 for 3 for 19 yards, and the Patriots gained 1 first down and then punted. People were in their seats in a preseason game, a practice game. And that's all they saw from the 3rd overall pick. Then it was Bailey Zappe, the rest of the way, who entered the game on the next series. Boos from the Patriots fans who wanted to see more of Drake Maye. And after the game, that was the discussion. First thing asked to Gerard Mayo, how did you decide coming up with the reps for each quarterback? Mayo said it was a plan going into the game. There's nothing more important that we do than practice. Just want to hold that quote for a second there. There's nothing more important that we do than practice. When we're out here on the practice field, it's a little bit more scheme, a little bit more thinking. So, how does Gerard Mayo view preseason games? Does he rather develop Drake Maye at practice than in a preseason game? Does he not think that he can do scheme plays or even think at this point? Against the Panthers, who once again considered one of the worst teams in the league, certainly showed it. Mayo must not have seen the preseason game as an opportunity to learn. That's my takeaway. Did Gerard Mayo not see the preseason game as an opportunity to learn? I think Mayo wanted to protect Drake Maye, and he certainly said so after the game. Again, I'm not saying the plan going into it was wrong. It was just a wasted opportunity. And instead, he'll get more reps next week in joint practices. And to be fair, Belichick always valued joint practices more than the games. But I thought things were different. And today, Gerard Mayo said each one of the quarterbacks have an individual development plan that they go over with Alex Van Pelt. And now I'm opening another can of worms when it comes to Alex Van Pelt and his role in Drake Maye's development. Everything that we talked about this week, is Alex Van Pelt the right guy? Is Drake Maye going to play? Yes. He got 1 drive. And every quarterback has individual development plans. And it's always with Alex Van Pelt. There's a lot of meat on the bone here, people. A lot of meat on the bone. I don't think it was particularly a good night for Gerard Mayo. That's my own opinion. I think it was a terrible offseason for Gerard Mayo. Maybe you came away from seeing the game and you liked what you saw from Mayo. I just think him talking about practice. What was last night then? How do you view preseason games? And that there's individual development plans for each quarterback that Alex Van Pelt comes up with? Is Alex Van Pelt trying to get Drake Maye ready for a season and develop him? Or is he ready to get Bailey Zappe and Jacoby Brissett? A lot to get into tonight. All I can tell you, Patriots fans, is this. It's going to be a very slow burn this year when it comes to the quarterback and when it comes to the Patriots. It's a transition year. Things are different. Get ready and be prepared for the slow burn. We'll start it there at 617-779-0985. I got the feeling that the Patriots are scarred by Mac Jones. And I want to get into that coming up here on the other side. We're on YouTube tonight as well. All you got to do, I like to just grab the remote and talk into it and say, 98.5 The Sports Hub YouTube. And then, boom, you'll be able to watch the show live. You can also download the app on your phone, on your iPad, laptop, whatever you want to do, and join the chat. And I'll be reading those all night. It's just myself. Skaz is here as well with you until 11 o'clock tonight here on 98.5 The Sports Hub. I'm Joe Murray. We'll talk to you right after the break.
Don't go anywhere. There's more Joe Murray. On the way. Everybody knows Joe.
Just keeps getting better.
Joe Murray on 98.5 The Sports Hub.
Why you felt it was important for a veteran like Bailey Zappe to get so many reps last night and for a youngster like Drake to only get 6 snaps?
Talked about it a little bit after.
Yeah, going into the game, I talked to AVP, McAdoo, and the entire offensive staff about what's the plan for the quarterback. And this conversation has been ongoing. And so this was always in the plan. to develop these guys this way. And we'll see how it looks going forward. It won't always be the same because we're still evaluating everyone on the roster, but especially the quarterbacks.
And obviously, it looks like you guys are taking a patient approach with Drake. Why is it important to take a patient approach with him, in your opinion?
Yeah, each one of these quarterbacks have an individual development plan that I've gone over with AVP and the rest of his staff. And, we're sticking to that plan until it's time to change.
All right, back here in 98.5, the Sports Hub. I'm Joe Murray. I just wanted to start by, after hearing that sounded like a pass the potato situation. So, Coach Mayo, new guy in charge, explain each individual plan for the quarterback. Well, Alex Van Pelt and Bob McAdoo, but with Ben McAdoo. Sorry, Bob. Ben McAdoo, well, this is what they have. So, Gerard, you're the coach of the team, bro. Was it your decision? Well, Alex Van Pelt and McAdoo, they... Mayo, you're the coach. You're the coach. Reminder, you now make the decisions during game day. You, sir, Gerard Mayo, the guy this offseason. You, with the orange juice glass that you spilled and the burning cash that you said, and if Drake Maye lights it up, he can be the starter. You make the in-game decisions, or at least that's what I've been told. You make the decisions, not Van Pelt, not McAdoo, not anybody else. You are the head coach. When he had his first day speaking to the media, I wrote an article at 985thesportshub.com that said I miss Bill Belichick already. I just hate the way this collaborative approach has begun. I hate it. Whose decision was it for Drake Maye to only play one series? It's yours, Gerard Mayo. You're the head coach. It's your decision. Not Alex Van Pelt's and Ben McAdoo and these other guys. It's yours. Because the old coach would say, I did what I thought was best for the team. Is it what you thought was best for the team? Drake Maye not playing? Because quite frankly, he can't say that. Because it's not. It's not. I don't know what it is, but when I hear Gerard Mayo speak, it drives me crazy. And I don't know, maybe it's because for 30 years of my life, we had a coach who told us nothing. And now I hang on this guy's every word. I think the Patriots missed an opportunity last night for Drake Maye to get quality reps during a practice situation. How do you feel about that, Skaz?
Yeah, I mean, obviously from a fan perspective, I would have liked to seen Drake Maye more, but the only part of that I might push back on is you say quality reps in a practice situation. I just don't know if the reps he's getting in that game are quality reps. I think he's going to get better reps in joint practices if they let him play with the ones against other ones. I had no real issues with the quarterback thing last night. Obviously, a little too much Bailey Zappe. But if that was their plan with Maye, stick to the plan. If that's what they had going in, I have no problem with them sticking to the plan.
I have no problem with the plans, guys. I have no problem with the plan. I'm not even saying the plan's wrong. I just think that if it's about practice, because Mayo said that. This is me using Mayo's words against him now. Mayo said how big, nothing's more important than when we do at practice. So how does he even view preseason games? To your point, is reps in the preseason quality? Is it?
I mean, if you'd ask Bill Belichick, he'd probably say no, right? And it seems like Mayo might be coming from that same school of thought where the preseason is, Bill used to say the first 4 games was an extension of the preseason. So I hope we're not going that far. That's a little too far for me. But if they said, Maye's just not, he's not there yet for the in-game with the offensive line we're going to send him out there with, I have no problem with that. I'm one of the people who thought Drake Maye's probably not going to play this year. So,
they showed you he's not going to play this year.
Yeah, and I know it's unpopular, but I have no real issue with that. If he's a project, he's a project.
Me either.
I mean, Mahomes sat until week 16 of his week 17, and obviously we're not going to compare him to Mahomes right away, but just these guys come from Green Bay, right? Elliott Wolf is from Green Bay. We know there's a big Green Bay influence there. Aaron Rodgers sat. Jordan Love sat. And it worked out for them, so I'm not going to panic after Drake Maye played 1 series in his first preseason game.
I'm not panicking. I'm questioning the coach making the decision, or was it his decision? This is where I'm at. The plan, not my problems, guys. Who is making the decision? Is it Wolf? Is it Crafts? Was it Mayo?
I think when it comes to Drake Maye, it's probably more of a collaborative than anything else. That would be my thought.
So this was my tease going into the break. Are the Patriots scarred by Mac Jones?
100. I'm scarred by you. Should be scarred by it, Joe. You worked post game last year. The last couple of years, you should be scarred by Mac Jones as well.
Zappe is too. Zappe scarred too. The sacrificial lamb last night. Bailey Zappe, the sacrificial lamb. It was bad. But there's too much overprotection going on right now for Drake Maye. I at least think so. It's evident. It's evident they're overprotecting him, whether it's the offensive line, whether it was the weather. And here's just one other thing. This is more proof that the Patriots do not rely on Drake Maye this year. These are the snaps played in the preseason opener for the following quarterbacks. Again, Drake Maye played 7 snaps last night. A year before, Bryce Young, who did not play last night, but in his first preseason game, he had 11 snaps. C.J. Stroud had 12. Trevor Lawrence had 15. Anthony Richardson, who was a starter, by the way, had 29. Will Levis last year, 30. And I bring up the ghost of Mac Jones in his first preseason opener, 33 preseason snaps. Of this list, Drake Maye getting 7 is the lowest, and it's the lowest by, because I'm not great at math, 7, 8, 9, 10, 4. So 1 more series he could have got. I think they wasted an opportunity. I'm not saying they're wrong, but both things can be true. 617-779-0985. Your thoughts on the Patriots last night and a potential missed opportunity. Also, I do want to get into some Drake Maye stuff. And Bailey Zappe stuff, because nobody wants to see Zappe out there. And I get it. Rob Gronkowski had a comment that I'll give you in a little bit. But I got some thoughts on Zappe from last night. So we'll go to the phones here at 617-779-0985. Let's start with RJ. He's in Boston. What's up, RJ?
Hey, Joe. How you doing?
How you doing, bud?
Good. So I'm a Dolphins fan, actually. So I've seen coaches go in and out. And right away with Mayo, I got huge Flores, Gase, and Philbin vibes. And it wasn't just them, it's the front office. It goes from the top down. And without Scarnecchia, without these guys, these players aren't going to develop. I think they just have no idea what they're doing.
So Joe Philbin vibes, huh? Haven't heard that name in a long time.
Joe Philbin vibes, and I don't know. When Mayo talks, he seems like he's way over his head. And, like, remember Scarnecchia and those offensive lines and how they get better throughout the year? Yeah. I feel like they're going to ruin May.
So I didn't really have a problem with the line last night, besides some offside penalties or false starts. I thought they protected pretty well. At least I thought they did. Wow, it's clear. There's no bias to anything like that. Anything that Mayo says, I look into everything. Him just talking about there's a plan, and then when they ask him about the plan, he puts it on Van Pelt and McAdoo. You're the coach. Remember that? You're the coach. Nothing is more important than we do than at practice. But when you're out on the practice field, it's a little bit more scheme and a little bit more thinking. So are you telling us that Drake Maye can't think and scheme? Every time he talks, I live on every word. Every word. Let's talk to Mike. He's in Worcester. What's up, Mike?
Joey, what's up?
How you doing, bud?
First time, long time. So my biggest thing is I only called in because I listened to Skaz, and he's a moron.
Okay.
Like why? So I mean, anyone that doesn't have a problem with what happened last night, it's like we already know what Bailey Zappe is, right? So what are we doing? Like we're not trying to figure out what he is.
Mike,
we already know.
Mike, let me just stop you for a second here. The problem is not Bailey Zappe playing. That's not my problem. It's that there was a missed opportunity to give Drake Maye more reps in a practice situation.
I agree. That's what I'm getting at. It's like why? So what I'm getting at is we're doing this with Bailey Zappe. We already know what he is. What are we doing?
They're doing it because they want to get through the game and get it over with, not because they want to do anything for Zappe.
I understand. It's just
so technically, Skaz is not a moron then.
It's frustrating.
I think you should apologize to Skaz.
Skaz, I'm sorry. Skaz, I'm sorry. But no. It's frustrating with what they're doing because it's like, I mean, we already know what it is. Like we know what Bailey Zappe is. Like I would have rather had Joe Milton play the whole second half.
Well, that's also a debatable question.
Yeah, Mike, and trust me, no one wants to see less Bailey Zappe than me. I'm sure I've been a moron multiple times.
That was a little strong. I'm getting at is,
I think we agree. Like, I want to see more Drake Maye, but I don't need to see it yet. I'm okay with them taking their time.
I'm okay with them sitting Drake Maye, but I mean, we don't need to see Bailey Zappe. We already know what he is.
Yeah,
what are we doing?
All right. I got to get the Zappe thing off my chest before we go to break. Bailey Zappe is a sacrificial lamb, everybody. He's a lamb. He's a lemming.
He's a long inning reliever.
He is the bear claw.
Yes, he is going to go out there and eat innings.
He is eating reps. And people know what he is. And listen, I thought Zappe did some good things. What I mean by good things is when he's on the goal line and Jalen Polk is out far, he's out wide, he'll stop the calls and be like, Polk, get down on the line and block this guard because we're going outside. That's why Zappe's on the field. He's a guy that can run a huddle. He's a guy that can tell guys where to be. It doesn't have to look pretty. But they needed someone out there that could eat innings and get guys lined up. And right now, they are telling you, Drake Maye's not ready for that. They're also telling you Joe Milton is not ready for that. I just thought it was a wasted opportunity. I'm not saying they're wrong. I'm just giving you my opinion. This is why we do talk shows. I'm not saying we have a show to do today, and this is the topic. I'm just bringing up that both things can be true. Their plan could be right, and they missed an opportunity. They're trying to tell you that they value The joint practices next week against the Eagles. They value that time for Drake Maye to get reps more than a preseason game. And unfortunately, you people paid the tickets. You paid to park. You got your pretzel. Maybe you got your souvenir cup. I don't know. Your Dom steak tips. I don't know.
Joe, I do believe there's free parking in the preseason.
Whatever.
No,
but the free parking?
I don't know. If it's preseason, I feel like it should be. But I think I believe that joint practice reps with the Eagles are more valuable than a preseason rep against the Panthers 2s or 3s. I think I would, subscribe to that.
That's my point. Both things can be true. The Patriots might have the right mindset. I just think they wasted the opportunity. Both things can be true.
50-50, yes.
like this is why we do a talk show. You're all pissed that Drake Maye didn't play. But the reps next week against the Eagles, they look at that as more important. I'm not saying that. Bill Belichick said that. I'm just pointing out that the difference is that Belichick would have told you that he was doing what was best for the team. Mayo put it on Van Pelt and McAdoo. That's my point. But Skaz is a moron.
Not the first time, won't be the last.
After he said it, he got it. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's Friday. Get it off your chest. Head into the weekend with a clear mind.
We got loaded phone line, 617-779-0985. We got to take a quick break. We got to pay the bills. We got to get you a headline. And on the other side, I'm just wondering if there's any tape for Drake Maye to look at. Can he learn from anything last night? I know Dan Orlovsky had something on that. We'll play that for you coming up on the other side. I'm Joe Murray.
Sports Hub headlines.
All right, Patriots win their first preseason game, 17-3. You would have covered last night if you bet the 6.5. Imagine it was 2, Skaz. They were up 17-0. The line was 2. Now that was a missed opportunity, and I am a moron. Red Sox in action right now over at Fenway Park, taking on the Houston Astros. Tanner Houck on the mound. They trail 1-0 in the top of the second inning, and the Celtics only lost one of their first members of the championship team as V. Mikhailuk has signed a $15 million contract. Whoa! $15 million for 4 years with the Utah Jazz. Headlines. They are brought to you by our good friends over at... My paper is stuck. Do you lick your fingers to move the pages? I do. Brought to you by MIFA, providing resources to help you plan for college. Info at mefa.org. I'm Joe, J-O-E, Murray, and your next update is 30 minutes.
You're listening to Joe Murray.
okay? Couple things that I'm paying attention to. What is it like run and pass difference? Do they look the same? Mechanically, how is he operating, okay? I like this. See the one hitch? This is a deep stop to Rager. Push up, we got a ball fake, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. One hitch ball has to come out right now. Okay, do I want that hitch just a fraction quicker? Absolutely, it'll get there. But I like his base. So often Drake would get straight vertical and his feet would get too close together. Still a little bit there, but there's definite improvement, and that would force some inaccurate throws. I like that. That throw's okay to me. In the pouring rain, go make that catch. Come back to the football a little bit, but let's look at from the back angle, okay? Same as the handoff. What do you like getting away from the center? Good, timely. 2, ball in your belly? Absolutely. 3, what's the ball fake like? Do I want a little bit better mesh between him and the back there? Sure, but I'm nitpicking. It's his first game. So I do like that. But post fake is what I'm really looking at, okay? Love that. I love how he straightens his eyes up. He's straightening his eyes up. These are zone defenders. You're just trying to get them to hang. You've got this throwing window already. That's the ball to Rager. Get him to hang vertically, okay? Don't squeeze. Straighten your eyes up, and then on the hitch, bring your eyes to the throw. When hitch, ball come out. Hitch, ball come out. So yeah, I like a lot of the stuff that he did. I'm okay with that ball placement. Go make a catch. Rainy, wet weather, do I want it a little bit lower? Sure, make it a little bit easier for him, but there's some mechanics there that I really think improved a lot.
All right, back here at 98.5 The Sports Hub, I'm Joe Murray. I mean, I don't know how much you could take away from last night. I don't. But if you want to look at how the hands were and, on a handoff, sure. Sure. So, I mean, I guess was getting a 1 series good? I mean, you could look at how his hands were. I guess you could look at how his hands were. What was the other one, Skaz? There was one on Orlovsky on Drake Maye being under center, and then how he did on handoffs. So because he did hand the ball, he handed the ball off 3 times and then threw 3 times. So let's hear about his handoffs.
Really liked some of the little things that Drake Maye did last night. Weather in New England was awful, pouring rain, but I wanted to see three things, really. Number 1, what was he like as an under-center quarterback? Did not do that a lot at Carolina. Number 2, has he cleaned up some of the mechanics when it comes to the top of his drop and standing too straight up and not having a good base? And then 3, did he understand what he was looking at post-snap? Okay, so this is his first play. I'm paying attention to, as an under-center quarterback, a couple of things, because, again, he did not do this a lot in Carolina. Number 1, is he getting away from the center timely? He is. I like that. Snap, he gets the ball, he's getting away. Number 2, when he gets that snap, where does the ball go? You want that ball to be in your belly. Love it. Right there. That ball is right in his belly. He's protecting it. And then 3, what are the handoff mechanics for him? I love that 1, the ball's right in the belly. 2, he's staring at it to confirm it. These are good mechanics for when you get into a bootleg game. 3, his offhand, his right hand is not flailing or hanging here. Defenders will pay attention to that. Then they'll pick up on tells or keys. Do that all the time. So for a kid who did not do this a lot in college, I wanted to see it, both in the run and the pass game. Very good mechanic, just operation there for Drake Maye.
How was his footwork? Isn't that the biggest thing that Bill Belichick said on draft night, that Drake Maye has a lot of footwork issues? How was the footwork? Could you take anything away from the footwork last night? The most impressive thing I saw Drake Maye do last night, under center, drop back, maybe like a 5-step drop, and he slung it to Jalen Reagor. And might have been a little too hard. Maybe the ball slipped, was wet. I don't know. That was pitch and catch. That looked good to me. It was incomplete, but you know what? Pitch and catch. The footwork is something I'd like to know more on that one. But on, he what was it, 7 snaps? 1 was a false start, which may have been on him. But when you look at tape, like now you're looking at his hands. He had good hands. Good hands. All right. 7 snaps, good hands. Dan Orlovsky, everybody. 7 snaps, good hands. Your thoughts, 617-779-0985. Anthony's in the truck. Hey, Anthony.
What's up, Joe? How are you?
How you doing?
All right, I got like 4 things. First of all, Skaz, gentleman and a scholar. He's probably one of the hardest jobs in 98.5.
Absolutely.
Just being the second guy doing all the stuff
back there
he has
by
to do.
himself, answering the phones, getting sound, speaking, doing the YouTube.
I absolutely appreciate everything that Skaz has to do. If he ever wants to pine on me, it's on me. Second of all,
Churn and Co.
Yep, absolutely. He's got to pine on me. Second of all, Milton, we're going against the 3s and 4s. I understand that. These people aren't going to be there. But I don't know if we remember that everyone was screaming and clamoring to get Lamar Jackson last year. And all of a sudden, everybody wanted Lamar Jackson last season, right?
Well,
when he was up for his contract?
Yeah, but I mean, he was available.
He was available also.
So wasn't Aaron Rodgers.
I understand this, but I'm just saying that Lamar Jackson, the athlete thing, the person who can do that stuff, did not come from the SEC also. I'm just saying that this Joe Milton thing is kind of a hidden gem, I would assume. Right?
I am not speaking on this.
I don't expect you to. You have a big name, and you understand that you can't put your name on something like this.
No. I have already spoken on Joe Milton.
I missed the first half hour of the show.
All right, Leno, here's the deal. He played six years of college football, 3 at Michigan, 3 at Tennessee.
So 3 handing the ball off almost every other play.
No, Joe Milton had the strongest arm in the NFL draft last year.
But with Michigan's offense, he was handing the ball off a lot.
Well, this is the old Michigan offense, not the Michigan offense of now.
Well,
it's
the
like
Michigan offense.
It's like the Cade McNamara teams.
Well, also, he had better numbers than Richardson, and Richardson's a starter.
I mean,
he did have better numbers than Richardson.
Are you comparing Joe Milton to Anthony Richardson?
Tougher division, tougher
forget about
team.
The divisions. Dude, he played in the SEC. Stop with the division stuff. Stop.
I love the Joe Milton thing just because of the fact that he's a freak athlete. Second, you're getting into the NFL where the coaching and the training and everything is at a way higher level. So you're talking about a 21-year-old kid who was out there doing whatever he was doing, maybe even partying, everything else, and now you put him in the NFL with a way tougher structure, way better structure. You don't think that he's going to strive better than most people in his position?
Did you know that Drake Maye in 2 seasons rushed for 1,000 yards, and in 6 seasons, Joe Milton rushed for 661 yards?
Is that a better thing or a worse thing? We're looking for passing. We're looking for someone.
You said running.
I said athlete. I didn't say running. I just said athlete.
So therefore, Drake Maye can run better than Joe Milton.
Potentially, but also ACC.
So that would be a good athlete, right?
We're talking different competition.
What is an athlete then? What's an athlete?
As an athlete, a 6'5" guy. A 6'5" who's an athlete.
Drake May's 6'4", and his brother was 6'9" and played at UNA, North Carolina basketball.
Oh, you might got me. But I'm just saying that with the right coaching and the right structure, is he
the right coaching and the right structure? He's not playing this year. You're talking about Joe Milton.
I'd rather Joe Milton be QB2 than Drake Maye be QB2.
How did you feel about Malik Cunningham last year?
Oof, I did not like that. He is very short, and he is very fast, and he broke Lamar's records. I understand this, but I don't like.
Did you see him in the preseason?
Like that.
Remember, everybody went nuts about
him? Oh, dude, we are all about preseason heroes. I understand this, but just watching him on that little pump fake and sitting in the pocket while it's collapsing and then throwing that ball, I know he was wide open, but still, though, like he had poise. And again,
So
when we
what's
went
your
back
take
to the
again?
thing,
What's your take again?
my take is QB2, Joe Milton, Drake Maye sits this year.
Okay. How does everybody feel about that? How does everybody feel about Joe Milton being the number 2 quarterback? How do you feel about that, Skaz?
Why not? I mean, this is what we're going to... Isn't this what you expected, Joe? Come on. As soon as Joe Milton made that touchdown pass, I started laughing last night because I knew as soon as I woke up and turned the radio on today that this is exactly what we were going to get. The best thing Joe Milton has going for him is that he's played a lot more football than Drake Maye.
He has a lot of experience.
Drake May's biggest flaw is his lack of experience. He didn't play a ton of games in college. Not his fault, but he just didn't play a ton of games in college. Joe Milton played a ton of games in college, and yes, he is a freak athlete.
Joe Milton played 12 games at Tennessee, 9, so 12 plus Joe math. 17 plus 12 is what? 29? 17, 29. He played 29 games at Tennessee. He played 14 at Michigan. So that would be...
A quick search. Joe Milton played 42 games at quarterback in his college career.
That's a lot of games. I'm actually curious how many Tim Tebow played.
He played 4 at Michigan in 18 and 19. He played 6 in 2020. Then he played 8 at Tennessee in 21 and 22.
Yep.
And last year he played 12.
Yep.
42 games.
Last year he rushed because he called him an athlete for running. He only rushed for 300 yards. He threw for 2,800 yards. So in his career, technically, Joe Milton threw 37 touchdowns and 11 interceptions.
So Milton played 42 games in college. Drake Maye played 12. That's a huge difference. So I'm not going to anoint Joe Milton the next coming. And I like Joe Milton, but
because he played 42 games in college and more preseason reps than Maye, he should be the 2?
I'm kind of saying it in jest, but if the season started today and Milton was the 2, I guess. I mean, I still think Zappe should be the 2 just because it's going to look better when he's out there, but I have a feeling Zappe might not be on this roster.
I don't think Zappe will be on this roster either. I think what's going to happen is they're going to use him. He's going to get cut. Some other team will pick him up. And then Van Pelt will take somebody that he once played with. PJ Walker, some other cast off. And will come in because he knows the system. And then Drake Maye will be the emergency quarterback every game. He'll dress every game, but only play in an injury situation. Which is why I still think Zappe's here, by the way.
Well, he's here to literally play in the preseason.
Yep.
That's what I think.
That's it. Last year, who was the scrub they brought in from Penn State there? The scrub from Penn State. That's all we remember. Sorens.
There's been so many.
Oh my God, I can't remember
Hackenberg,
his name right
it wasn't him, but yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Oh, I can't remember that guy's name. He wore an ugly number too.
Yeah, big news of the day. Now that Juju Smith-Schuster's gone, who's going to get number 7?
Joe Milton wore 7.
So did Brissett.
If Milton starts over Maye, that's a huge fail for the Patriots, says 420 Fishing.
I disagree with that strongly. Joe Milton has far more experience than Drake Maye. Drake Maye is your future.
Pat Stat said the dude transferred to Tennessee after finding that JJ was taking the lead at Michigan. No, he was actually beat out by Cade McNamara and then Shea, whatever his name was, and then actually started at Tennessee, but got hurt, and then Hendon Hooker took over the job.
Shea Patterson?
Shea Patterson. Just to be accurate, guys, because we preach accuracy on this show. We preach it. I don't know if we always do it, but we preach it. Well, we got to go to break. You mentioned Juju Smith-Schuster being gone. The wide receivers, we'll talk about them. And, of course, this hour of the Sports Doesn't brought to you by Valvoline Instant Oil Change. Enjoy quick and convenient vehicle maintenance this month. Visit knowingoiloilchange.com for 15% off your next drive through oil change. At Valvoline Instant Oil Change now, but in Franklin, Billerica, and Peabody. I'm Joe Murray. We'll talk to you after this.
More Joe Murray coming up on the Sports Hub.
Celtics, 98.5, the Sports Hub.
2 receivers right, 2 left, snaps to Zappe, firing to the near side, and Polk comes back to make the grab, juggling a bit as he curled toward the first down marker. Looks like they'll give him the progress for the first down at the 41. So Jalen Polk with back-to-back receptions for the Patriots.
And that's what Jalen Polk does, Bob. He gets open and he catches the football. He's not going to be taking the top off the defense anytime soon, but there were teams that were absolutely in love with this guy in this year's draft. I know of one team that thought he was going in the first round. They were drafting at the top of the second or near the top of the second. They hoped he would be there. The Patriots ended up trading back, getting him before he could go to anybody else.
All right, back here at 98.5 The Sports Hub. I'm Joe Murray here tonight till 11 o'clock. Skaz is here. He was called a moron earlier.
It was quickly rescinded.
So
just a brief period of being a moron.
Mulligan?
Yeah, sure.
The guy tweeted at me. And then goes, more importantly, Joe, who has the best beef? Well, I mean, it's hard. I don't do beef reviews. You know? I could, Skaz, but I'm a poser when it comes to the beefs. There's a king for that. It's not me. Somebody else handles that. That was a highlight to Jalen Polk, who I actually was impressed with. Big, strong, good hands. Really impressed with what he did yesterday. I know it wasn't flashy or anything like that, but I thought he looked pretty good. And I think they need to hit on him. I think we talked about this the other night, but they have to hit on him. And in other Patriots news today, they have released Juju Smith-Schuster. The big move, the replacement move for Jacoby Myers. What an epic fail. And you can put it on Belichick, you can. And I understand why they did it. Yards after catch. Juju Smith-Schuster is one of the best yards after catch players in the league and won Super Bowls. I mean, it's a fact. Came off a Super Bowl win, had a knee injury, wasn't ready to come back, and just was not ready to be anything in that offense this year. And this year had drops, didn't look right, looked older, to be honest with you. So the Patriots released him today. So for the $16 million they spent on Smith-Schuster, the Patriots got 11 games out of him, 29 catches, 260 yards, and 1 touchdown. Woof. Add him to the list of Patriots wide receivers that were veterans elsewhere that could not make it in New England. And it's sad because, Skaz, I know I asked you to look this up earlier, but at the Super Bowl this past season, I mean, Jacoby Myers was pretty transparent about the situation from leaving New England to go to the Raiders. And I can't remember who it was. Was it Felger, Matt? I can't remember. It was who those guys were. But they basically asked Jacoby Myers, what was the difference between going to the Raiders or staying in New England? And he basically said money. Money. How much money, Skaz? Let's hear that audio.
They just wouldn't budge. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, he didn't want to move.
How close was it?
It was...
How close was New England's offer?
To what I got?
Yep.
$1 million.
It was $1 million apart?
Yeah.
And they wouldn't come up?
They wouldn't move, no.
If they had come up that $1 extra million, would you have stayed?
I wouldn't have mind staying.
Hurts, right? That one hurts. That one hurts. They took Juju Smith-Schuster. Now I have to look up what Jacoby Myers did last year. Jacoby Myers Football Reference. It's not going to be good.
He had 71 catches for 807 yards, 8 touchdowns.
So the 8 touchdowns to the 1, that's difference. The 70-something catches and oh man, what a What a disaster. 71 catches, huh? Imagine a guy with 71 catches on the Patriots. Imagine. Would that have helped get Brandon Ayuk, you think? According to a report today, Brandon Ayuk turned down the Patriots' $32 million annual average deal due to concerns with the team's quarterbacks. So again, slow burn. Slow burn. When it comes to the other wide receivers, though, I figured it was worth mentioning that Baker tried to get involved in the offense yesterday. He was not on the same page. There was a back shoulder he missed. I know it's going to make Zappe look bad. Baker's got to come back on that ball. I think there was just a miscommunication there. I mean, Zappe doesn't get reps in practice anyways, so what makes you think that Baker and Zappe would figure it out? You know who Zappe does work out with, though? And also had success with last preseason, Kayshon Boutte. In my opinion, Kayshon Boutte is a wide receiver that the Patriots just can't release. I think he's too consistent and has size and speed. And he plays a true X. They really don't have another guy on the roster that can do that. You want Tyquan Thornton to be the guy, but... And you know what, by the way, on that Tyquan Thornton throw, he beat his guy. But if he slowed down and went back at the corner, he would have got the pass interference call. Those are the little things that keep Tyquan Thornton in the league, but also on the bubble. But I thought Boutte, consistent, true X, went up for the ball. When you are doing your roster projections, just don't throw Kayshon Boutte away. I think he's a consistent player. And, if you're looking at it, Polk and Baker are going to make the team. There's 2. KJ Osborne's here as a free agent, 3. Kendrick Bourne's going to be here because he's under contract, and it doesn't mean he has to play right away. But he's here. That's 4. They love Rager. I don't know why. Oh, we'll help on special teams. Yeah, the kickoff. You sure? Sure about that? Tyquan Thornton, speed. They value that. I'd keep him again. I think Boutte's the other guy to keep. I really do. I think he's the guy to keep. So your thoughts at 617-779-0985. Let's start with James. He's in the car. What's going on, James?
What's going on, guys? I don't want to keep harping on the Zappe stuff, but I heard it was either Hoyer or the McCourty twins talking about it last night. They were saying that Zappe's not really going out there to play for the Patriots, but he's auditioning for 31 other teams. I just want your thoughts on, do you think that the Patriots are just playing him to maybe boost his trade value or something like that?
No, he's really...
I'll hang up and I'll let you guys...
Thanks. He really doesn't have any trade value.
His trade value is not shown in a preseason game against the Panthers. His trade value was shown last season when he played an actual regular season game. So if there's a team out there that's interested in Bailey Zappe, it's not coming from his reps against second and third team Carolina Panthers. They're going to look at actual game film from last year.
I don't think the showcasing him to trade him. I think he's there to eat minutes, but just to be fair, and I know it seems like a bias from me, he was out there managing the offense. He was telling guys where to line up. And just to be also fair, they ran no plays for him. He was every time he connected on a throw, Skaz, out of shotgun.
I think that's more time. I think that's more about who he was out there with than him.
True.
I just think, they're going to simplify it for the guys that are out there.
When they simplified it, it was him under center, and it was bad. When he was out of shotgun, he moves the ball downfield. So I don't think that they weren't designing plays for Bailey Zappe yesterday.
And they shouldn't be.
They actually, on one, I think they tried to get Baker. I think they wanted to see if Javon Baker could run it out and come back. Because that was a back shoulder throw. Baker just missed it because they don't practice. When Zappe's out there, they go to give him a rep and then they do another drill. That shows you what they feel about Zappe. I saw it that day. I went, oh, boy, he's done. But the one play that I'll point out over and over on the goal line, the Kevin Harris right before the touchdown, there was lined up at a goal line, and Polk was lined up as the one guy on the outside. He called the audible, told him to stand there, get on the line, because then he would get the end that was rushing in. That's why Zappe's in the game, because he's managing that. That helped the team. People think it's like, oh, he's out there auditioning for the 31 other teams. He's auditioning for the 31 other teams and telling them that he knows his stuff. He might listen. Bailey Zappe was an incredible college player who broke records. When he played and they managed the team to his skill set, he could play well. The problem is last year he had zero chance and they buried him. He's back because he was a good soldier and they want to take it slow with Maye. If you have expectations about Zappe starting or playing, it is not in the best interest of the team. But what's in the best interest of the team is him going out there and lining guys up in the right spot that were rookies. I thought that was very valuable yesterday. Charles is in Atlanta. What's going on, Charles?
Hey, good evening, gents. Appreciate the time. So 2 quick points. One, while I was on hold, I did Google Joe Milton stats. So 13-8 record as a starter, 11-5 at Tennessee, 32 touchdowns, 5 interceptions. So when we say he played 6 years, that is not 6 years. That's 11-5 as a starter. But what I really wanted to call about was
I'm sorry. Wait. You're wrong.
Yeah.
He played 6 years of college football. Don't lie to me.
Yeah, but starters, 13-8.
Yeah, so what? Tom Brady didn't start at Michigan. You want to go there too or no?
Ooh, I think there's a.
Just what is your point? What's your point?
I watch a lot of SEC. He's not that experienced. So I would love for
Joe Milton's not that experienced.
I don't believe so, no.
Okay,
yeah.
He did not play at Tennessee. Did you watch Tennessee football last year?
Yeah, I watch all SEC every game.
How can you call into the show and tell me he's not experienced?
He started 1 year, 11-5.
42 college football games isn't experience?
Yeah, but I played college lacrosse and didn't play. Doesn't mean I was experienced.
Yes, but Joe Milton played in 42 college football games.
Well,
he wasn't running kickoffs, bro. He was under center.
I couldn't disagree with you guys more.
Then you can't disagree because you're wrong. That's why you don't agree, because you're wrong. You're not agreeing because you're wrong.
Okay, so why I called in, though, was I turned on the Falcons game here, and Michael Penix is starting. He's like 11 for 16, over 100 yards in a little over a quarter. And that made me roll my eyes at Maye getting one series because these reps are so important. And that was the main reason for my call.
I couldn't tell if that was condescending or not.
In what world is playing 42 college football games not experience?
I watch every single SEC game is what he told me. You should know who Joe Milton is. Do you know one time I watched 42 college football games on a Saturdays, guys?
I would say if you've started more than, 16 college football games, 18 college football games, you want to go 2 seasons, I would say that's a lot of college experience. Anything over, 20 games, never mind the fact the guy played in 42 college football games.
But he only started 21 of them.
That's a ton. That's a lot of games.
How many did?
Michael Penix probably played in 15 in his career?
Actually, he played at Indiana and then got hurt, then transferred. I'm going to look that up now that we're talking about it. Go ahead. And wait, what was his point about the what was his Michael Penix, though? Like, this is how important it is to play or something like that.
Michael Penix is also 3 years older than Drake Maye, which is, never mind the actual game experience. Talk about just being in the playbook, learning.
Just to compare, Michael Penix played 6 years of college football. 4 at Indiana, 2 at Washington. He started. I don't even care about starts. Do you know how many games that he has played? I wish it was easier to do this. 15, 13, 5, 6, 6, 3. So 9 plus 6 is 15, plus 5 is 20, plus 33, 48. 48 games. 48 games he played. Holy smokes.
Yeah, so 48. Milton played 42. That's a lot of college experience. Compared to 25 for Drake Maye in the ACC, I think that's slightly different.
What was the point, though, about Penix?
Joe, I have no idea. That he's playing, so Drake Maye should be playing. Because if one quarterback's playing, that automatically means the other quarterback should also be playing.
No, Michael Penix is playing with the ones because Kirk Cousins isn't ready, right?
Yes. Kirk Cousins is coming off an injury.
Now I got to look up who the third stringer is with the Falcons.
Is Heineke still there?
Taylor Heineke.
I was going to say, I think it's Heineke.
Well, he's going to run around all day. You know who the fourth string quarterback is?
No.
Nathan Rourke.
Oh, there you go. Former Patriot.
You know what? It's unfortunate. I bet you
I thought he got signed in the CFL or something.
No, he was like a CFL star there
Yeah.
at one point. So Cousins not playing. I don't think they're going to have Tyler Heineke starting.
He's better than Zappe.
He is better than Zappe.
Almost beat Brady in the playoffs.
He's better than Zappe. Wasn't hard for me to admit. That was a quick one. Why did that guy piss me off so much? Why are we comparing the...
Yeah, that's where I'm kind of lost, is just because Joe Milton, just because Michael Penix is playing has nothing to do with Drake Maye. Absolutely nothing.
Again, I'm going to say this one more time. Drake Maye was drafted because of his potential. He was drafted because of his potential. If they wanted a quarterback that was going to play right away, maybe it was Bo Nix. Maybe it was Michael Penix. Maybe. Maybe not. I almost said something else, but I'm not gonna. 617-779-0985. All this offensive talk. It's got everybody in a hoopla. Let's, on the other side here, maybe we'll look at the defense. Coming up next here on the Sports Hub.
Don't go anywhere. There's more Joe Murray. On the way on 98.5 The Sports Hub.
quick, smelly.
It's Joe Murray on the Sports Hub.
So third down and officially a 3rd and 7 from the 29 for Carolina. Back to the left of the quarterback. 3 receivers right with a snap to Plummer. Time in the pocket. Now he's thrown down, and Dietrich Wise able to get to him from the blind side. Wise able to reach around with that long right arm, extending while being blocked and dragging down the quarterback inside the 25.
Helps to have 35-inch arms, doesn't it, Bob? When you see Dietrich Wise get the edge like that and he has his right hand free, he's able to use that length, pick up the sack right there. This is a guy who has been consistent, Bob. Never a standout, never a Pro Bowler, but consistent in terms of getting to the passer. Depending on what happens with Matthew Judon this year, they could be asking a lot from Dietrich Wise on the edge in 2024.
I wish I had 35-inch arms. Dietrich Wise pushed the guy and then just dragged Plummer down. Anyways, back here on 98.5 The Sports Hub. You know what? If you want to be excited about Joe Milton, fine. Go ahead. Go ahead. You know why? Because everybody gets excited about Joe Milton. And then everybody gets sad about Joe Milton. Ask Alex Barth. Ask him about it. I will tell you, though, Joe Milton at Michigan was a disaster. Like a disaster. And he turned it around at Tennessee. He really did. Actually, he got hurt. Lost his job. Hooker took over and brought him all the way to the SEC championship game, I believe. Then Hooker got drafted, right, after getting hurt. And then Joe Milton took back over.
I think he's on the Lions.
Yep. So if you want to be excited about Joe Milton, sure. Go ahead. Go ahead. Hey, listen. Wouldn't be the first time a 6th-round pick in New England did well. Wouldn't be the first time that's happened before. Oh, you people. Don't bite the cheese in the preseason, please. There's a history of guys who've done this before. Oh, it's a history of it.
Who are some of the Patriots preseason heroes in recent memory? Nate Sudfeld, Timms, the receiver there.
Brian Timms, Ralph Webb. Trying to think of who else. Sudfeld was a good one. Everybody loved him.
And then the Jets picked him up, and he never did anything.
Malik Cunningham was one.
A Ravens wide receiver now.
A wide receiver. There was a few. The one growing up, Skaz, was Bam Childress. He was the best. The best wide. Everyone's like, Bam Childress needs to make the roster. Yeah, Timms had a touchdown from Jimmy Garoppolo, if I can recall. And everybody was like, whoa, it's Timms. Those Timms. Looking at the defense yesterday, an interesting thing. Anybody see Matthew Judon on the sideline happy?
Very involved on the sideline.
In front of Mayo.
Very involved.
What was all the smiles for?
Maybe he knows maybe he knows a bump's coming his way.
Kind of bump.
A couple million.
Pay bump, you mean?
Yeah.
Something happened. He was jolly. Very jolly on that sideline. By the way, isn't it worth just giving him the money to be that guy on the sideline? You know what else I saw on the sideline? Dante Hightower. 53, whoever that guy is, made 2 huge plays, and Hightower freaked out. It was like it was his pet. Matthew Slater came over to the kickers, I think, on the special teams. There's value on having those guys on the sideline. So as far as Judon on the sideline, I thought was interesting. These were the 3 guys I thought These are perfect preseason players to wonder about their development. Number 1 was Jennings, Anthony Jennings. I thought he looked big. Number 33, played on the outside. He looked bigger. This was a kid who was a standout at Alabama. Broke his leg in the national championship game. Patriots drafted him. Took him a little while to come along. He's making plays now. The other kid's this Jimenez kid, number 93. He played with the Giants for, I think, 4 years. Came over to the Bats, had a huge stick on a kickoff. And made a big play on an inside pressure, couple of them actually, on the D-line. And then the other one was this Jeremiah Farms kid who played, the UFL or XFL? I can't even remember. He was everywhere. So right now he's third on the depth chart behind Aquale and Godshaw. He made a name for himself yesterday. And again, I know it's against the Panthers and their line and the issues they have, but this is what preseason's about. If you're trying to make the team, Jimenez and Farms and Jennings, they're perfect backups. If you can watch backups make explosive plays in the preseason, there's value there. Also looked like the defense played with a little bit more edge. So people are relying on that defense this year. I at least saw some sort of edge on that. 617-779-0985. We get in or out at the end of the hour. Let's talk to James. He's in Weymouth. Hi, James.
Hey, guys. Super quick one. Look, I think games played is a pretty awful metric for college quarterback experience. If you look at completions and attempts, I think it gives you a better sense of what these guys actually did. Milton was about half of Caleb Williams and Drake Maye, for example, and only about a third as compared to Penix. So 6 years, a bunch of games with garbage time. But I think if you really look at what he did and the snaps under center and him actually throwing the ball, not a ton of experience. In fact, his numbers are almost identical to Brady's. Just to give you a sense of a number of real action plays that he was under center for.
So Brady won a Rose Bowl.
Obviously, we shouldn't be talking about Brady and Milton in the same sentence. But if you want to talk about experience, I don't think Penix and Milton are even close, aside from the 6 years. And it's not a good metric. It's not helpful.
Well,
I'll hang up and hear what you have to say.
But just real quick, are you a stat guy or something?
No, I just think games is a pretty disingenuous stat to get a proxy for experience.
But a quarterback?
Yeah, I mean a bunch of garbage time games. Like how could he have half the games, a quarter of the games compared to Drake Maye, and then half the attempts? Right? What's the story there?
Because he can't throw. He's not accurate enough.
So he played a bunch of garbage time games.
No. Dude, we told you he started how many games? He played 42 games. He started like 20-something. How could that be garbage time?
Look, I think when it comes time, if you watch those games that he started, you know the story in Michigan. I just think it's disingenuous to say, oh, he played 40 games, same as Penix. 600 attempts to 1,600. Different ballgame.
You called me disingenuous, so now I'm pissed. But I watch the games, bro. I watch the games. I've watched him play. I am telling you what I've seen. What national people would tell you as well who cover the games. How could I be disingenuous from what I saw? I don't even care about the numbers. I'll throw the numbers. I will eat the numbers. Put them on a piece of paper, and I will eat them, and then I will tell you that guy in college, why was he a sixth-round pick? Why was he a sixth-round pick? Why?
There's a great reason he's a sixth-round pick.
Why?
I just don't think I would call him like an experienced.
What is your answer for the reason he was a sixth-round pick? You hung up. Calls me disingenuous and then hangs up. He didn't answer the question. Why was Joe Milton drafted in the 6th round? Why? Why? So he could be the number 2 quarterback on the Patriots? Let's go to the headlines.
Sports Hub headlines.
Red Sox have a 3-1 lead right now. But I'm disingenuous. Now I'm going to look it up. 98.5 The Sports Hub. I'm Joe Murray. It's the day after a preseason game, and we figured no guests at 8:20 tonight. Or do we already have 8:20? I can't remember. Disingenuous, huh? I think I've been pretty consistent on Joe Milton, right, those guys? I mean, I feel like that he's like a prototype. 6 foot, like, you know, when you play football, right? Sometimes you can look on the opposing sideline and like the guy could look the part, right? Get him on the field and you hit him once and he falls down. It's like he looks the part, but can he play? I'm going to give Joe Milton credit for a minute here because he was given an opportunity last night on a one-on-one coverage to the left side, deep safety, right? So it's one-on-one coverage, deep safety, took the shotgun snap, looked the safety off, right? Isn't that what they teach you in practice? The safety bit on it, moved outside, or to his left, I should say. The kid, Daquan Jackson, made a hell of a move. Made a nice little, like inside move, then out towards the sideline. All Milton had to do was make the throw, and he did it. So he had the right coverage, had the one-on-one coverage on the outside, looked the safety off, threw a 38-yard pass beautifully for a touchdown. I give him credit. He was given the opportunity, and he made the play. He deserves to be credited for that. He deserves it. His 42 starts in college have nothing to do with what he did last night. He showed accuracy. He showed speed, elusiveness, and a strong arm. He did all those things last night. He brought excitement to the football field. That's what you do when you're the fourth quarterback trying to make an impression. He absolutely knocked it out of the park. I give him complete credit for that. Complete. He deserves all the credit for that. Here's one thing I'll say. After the game, they asked Gerard Mayo, who impressed you the most? His answer? Joe Milton. Skaz, why do you think he said that? Why do you think what player out there impressed you the most? Joe Milton?
I mean, he had the most exciting plays. I mean, what's he supposed to say? Like, Bailey Zappe really impressed me?
Just don't say anything.
Yeah, I think that could be something that we, learn as the season goes on. Maybe less is more.
He called out Joe Milton by name. Now it's got me wondering, he hasn't been impressed by Milton in practice? Has he not? Called him out by name. What's he supposed to do? Not mention names. Joey Murray is the most genuine spot on the hub. Don't listen to these jabronis. Thanks, many bowls. SNS is in New York. Hello, sir.
Hello.
How you doing?
I'm all right. So, I'm a fan. I listen to you a lot. I'm from New York. Been a Pats fan since '96. So, all I'm asking is, what makes Drake Maye better than Joe Milton? Joe Milton had a better completion rate than Drake Maye did in college. Played in a better conference, SEC over ACC. Maye had more rushing yards by 600. He had 600 more yards. He had more passing yards by like 1,000. I don't see where that makes him that much better. Oh, because the draft gurus put him third. I don't see it.
He was the projected to be the number 1 overall pick.
Yes, I said it again. The draft gurus put him up there. The same way the The same way that everybody missed on Lamar Jackson, 31 teams missed on Lamar Jackson, just like a lot of teams missed on Brady when Brady came out. Not comparing him to none of them. All I'm saying is draft position. He's being coddled, just the way Mac Jones was being coddled. He's being coddled.
No, he is being coddled. Mac Jones was not coddled. He played right away. He beat Cam Newton.
He beat Cam Newton, but he got put out. They put Cam Newton out because of Cam Newton had a very impactful service towards the locker room. So you can't have somebody that has a locker room and keep them on the team because it's going to cause division. Am I correct?
I don't know if you're correct, but let me just tell you why. Drake Maye, his freshman year, threw for 4,000 yards and 38 touchdowns and 7 interceptions.
And Zappe threw for 6,300 yards.
Yep. At Western Kentucky. At Western Kentucky in the American Conference.
Okay, so you're gonna So you want to throw those numbers out? You can't. You're comparing by numbers.
You asked me a question.
You're right.
I'm not telling you you're right or wrong, bro. You asked me why was he projected? Why did he go third? Because his freshman year of college, he threw for 4,300 yards and 38 touchdowns and 7 interceptions. And then he followed it up with 3,600 yards, 24 touchdowns, 9 interceptions, and he rushed for 1,200 yards in 2 seasons.
Okay.
That's why. And he's 21 years old. That's why he went third overall.
All right.
But Milton, why was Joe Milton drafted in the 6th round?
I'm still wondering my damn self. Let's take Michigan and I'm talking about 2023 only numbers. He took them 8-4. He had 2,800 yards of passing. He went 259 for 349, if I'm correct, on throws, attempted throws. He only had 5 interceptions. He had 20 touchdowns. Mm-hmm. So, like, I just want to know if you want to throw numbers up and compare these guys. I'm looking at durability on the field. They both took their teams to 8-5. One was 8-4, and Drake Maye was 8-5.
Yeah, and you could probably, if you want to say that Joe Milton played in a tougher conference, I would absolutely tell you that.
Yes, he played against tougher competition. That's all I'm saying. But we're going by draft position. If you want to really go by that, we're going by draft position, and they're going to and people are coddling him, like they're making all type of excuses. Evan Lazard, everybody in New England, and it's sickening because it's not fair. Now with Malik Cunningham last year, we can't compare both of them. I'm not going to compare Joe Milton. I'm going to say Joe Milton is better. I'm going to say Joe Milton is better because he's more athletic. He has a way better arm. And, the short passes, dumb passes, he has gotten better at that. If you've noticed, if you saw it, he made...
Thanks, SNS. I'm sorry. 5 minutes is the most we can do. This is why, if you want to ask me, because we have in or out coming up. It's because against the big teams, Florida, he lost and he struggled. At Alabama, lost and struggled. At Missouri, in the biggest game of the year, lost and struggled. Georgia looked like an awful quarterback. That's why.
Yeah, I don't want to, take shots at callers or anything like that, even though I have in the past. But I just watch Joe Milton in college. He has all the tools, but if you just watch him play, you'll understand why he was a 6th-round pick. He has all the tools. He can play the position, but it's not all there. And when he loses it, he really loses it. And Drake Maye was at UNC doing more with less.
He had nobody around him. Tez Walker had a huge recruiting issue there, and
They
played
couldn't
through
get him on the
program.
field.
Yeah. Thank you, guys.
Xavier Worthy was at Tennessee, right?
Texas.
Texas.
But
Who
still,
was the kid at Tennessee?
Well, they had Jordan Addison at one point, and they had a bunch of guys. Every big game last year that Joe Milton was in, Alabama, Georgia, Missouri, you name them, he sucked.
Yeah, and we're not crapping on Joe Milton. We're just trying to tell you that this is who Joe Milton is. He's going to flash. You're going to see moments of Joe Milton where he looks like the greatest quarterback ever because he has all the tools. But when things get sped up for Joe Milton, it gets ugly quick.
In or out? I'll be in for Joe Milton tonight if you want, but I am generally out. We'll do that next here on the Sports Hub.
What's it gonna be, McFly? Are you in or out?
Around here, we call them the Joe Murray pre-party. It's Felger and Maz afternoons right now. Joe Murray on the Sports Hub.
Are you in or out? Gotta know without a doubt. I'm the one you need for a dirty deed. I'm the best. Success is guaranteed.
Because he doesn't have a loss professionally, he lost in the Olympics as an amateur. So, you know.
The more you know.
The more you know. So you would be in on Jake Paul in the Olympics.
Oh yeah.
All right, Joe, we'll head to a funner one this time. A place we all love. Auntie Annie's has announced that they will be releasing a pretzel fragrance, cologne and or perfume. Joe Murray, are you in or out on an Auntie Annie's fragrance?
Ooh, I love me and Annie's, let me tell you.
Can we get like the cinnamon one? I'd like that.
So, here's the deal. I'd rather a candle than the fragrance.
Yeah.
But do you want to smell like the mall?
I don't think I want to walk around smelling like a hot pretzel.
I don't.
I mean, it's not a bad. I'm not saying it's a bad smell. I just don't want to be known as like the hot pretzel guy.
I don't want to smell like the mall. So I'm out. But there is something about that mall food, man.
Walk by, get some free samples.
I would like take it in, you know? Cinnabon. Have you seen Better Call Saul yet?
I have not, no, but I did finish season 2 of The Sopranos. So I have seen one of our dear friends is no more.
Is he sleeping with the fishes?
He is sleeping with the fishes.
On the boat.
On the boat, yep.
Sad.
He had it coming.
He did.
Bad guy. I mean, none of them are great guys, but yeah, bad guy.
Okay.
All right, Joe, we'll head to the MLB for this one. The Reds and the Braves will be playing a game at a NASCAR track, Bristol Motor Speedway, on the infield. Joe Murray, are you in or out on an MLB game at a NASCAR track?
What?
You haven't seen the renderings for this?
No.
I'll put it in Slack.
In. How could I not be? You know what, though? I'm going to tell you. People would watch more baseball games if they were on a track. Is there rubbing and racing going on at the same time?
I don't believe so. I just put it in Slack. This will be in 2025, I believe.
I want some rub. Ooh, whoa.
It does look. I mean, we know it's an artist rendering, so it's not exact, but it looks pretty cool.
And
you ever been to a NASCAR event?
Went to Jet Cars Under the Stars in Loudon.
Oh yeah, good old Loudon.
And literally the jet engines, man, they're like, insane. But I've never been. I told you I did New Hampshire radio, and when I worked at 1510, I used to have to work the NASCAR race. I used to work the Indy 500, so I had to
That's a long one.
That's a long shift. I heard the coolest thing about going to race things is that they let you in and out.
Yeah, you can bring a cooler in, I'm pretty sure.
Exactly. Yeah. So it's like you can come and go as you please. That's cool.
Yeah, laid back environment. I mean, I feel like those are all long days. I've never been, but I can imagine that's a long one.
People bet on horses. Why not race cars?
Why not?
In. Big in.
All right, Joe, we'll stay with MLB on this one. This is kind of an interesting one. Kevin Burkhardt, MLB guy, is upset about the strikeout rate in Major League Baseball, and he would like for the league to think about introducing a stronger penalty for strikeouts. He said he doesn't know exactly what yet, but he thinks if a team racks up a certain number of strikeouts that there should be a penalty, maybe an extra out or something to start an inning. I don't know exactly his thoughts, but he thinks the game has gotten too into the, home run, walk, strikeout philosophy, and there should be extra penalties for, teams striking out. Joe, are you in or out?
So I'm out at the Major League Baseball level. But
I think it's too convoluted.
We used to do this in softball, in our softball league. Anyone who struck out looking had to buy a 30-pack.
That's a good rule.
You cannot go down looking.
Not in softball.
So that was one of them. And then if you struck out 3 times in a game, you also had to buy a 30 bag.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's softball, right? That is softball.
I just don't think there's any way MLB could implement something where like this would make any sense.
No, but like maybe there's like who had the lowest strikeouts of the week or the highest strikeouts of the week, or
you get a little bonus or something.
Yeah, it was just a stat. No, nothing to do with the league. Yeah.
That seems like a middle of the summer, just kind of throwing something at the wall. But yeah, the games have gotten a little too much emphasis on the walk, home run, strikeout. But yeah, I'm out on penalties for strikeouts.
I mean, what would you do? Like, would it be like in hockey with the? Whoa! I just saw something very interesting that we might have to talk about before this segment ends. I'm going to throw it in our Slack right now. But what could they do? Something like, whatever team had the least amount of strikeouts got a point. Or something like that,
Let me give you another one since we're on weird MLB rules. Michael Kay, Yankees voice, I believe, had this one this week where he said teams heading to bat in the 9th inning should be able to reorder their lineups.
Well, you can do that in softball too.
He said in other sports, situationally, you get to put whoever your best guys out there in basketball, football, whatever it is. He said in the 9th inning, he think it would be an interesting rule proposal to set out, like, if you're the Yankees, Volpe, Soto, and Judge.
So, Major League Baseball, I'm out.
Yeah, I'm out.
But, again, if this was the Rosendale Softball League, I'm in.
I just think the whole point of it being a team sport is everybody's got to play.
Exactly. And you can't hit out of order or any of that stuff. Like, no.
The old baseball guys are getting weird with it, though, which I kind of respect. This is something they would have scoffed at years ago.
Come up with the old-time baseball league, then.
There you go.
Call Steve Buckley. I bet you he could put it together.
All right, Joe. We'll head to the world of television for the next two. We're getting a new documentary on Netflix. I believe it drops late tonight, early tomorrow. It is called Inside the Mind of a Dog. It is narrated by one Rob Lowe. The documentary explores various dog breeds, how the human-dog relationship has evolved, and how canines' brains function. Joe Murray, are you in or out on the Rob Lowe Inside the Mind of a Dog documentary? I didn't think this would be the one that stumped you.
In. What took me so long was I don't understand how they got their information. Like, here's the deal. It's a dog. Dog wants food. Dog wants to be petted. Dog wants to sleep. Dog needs to go to the bathroom. Dog is happy.
Yeah, like, how are we getting the dog thought process here?
I love dogs. I already know dogs. You know your dog. If you're an owner, you know your dog. I don't need to watch this thing. But you know what? I almost went to Cesar Millan at Lynn Auditorium. You know him? I don't.
Oh yeah,
you buy them?
Yeah, the trainer. The
you
dog
buy that
trainer.
Guy? He's kind of like a Bill Nye.
He's kind of like one of those like mediums that talks to the other side. I look at him with a little bit of a side eye.
I'll fix your dog, and then once you leave, that dog goes back to being what it was.
It also just reminds me of the South Park episode where Cartman's mom brings in Cesar Millan to try and train Cartman.
Why does everything come back to the South Park episode?
There's one. It's like The Simpsons. There's an episode for everything.
Barth's like that too. Whenever I work with him, he goes, "That reminds me of," and I'm like, "Why do you associate everything to South Park when it's a real life thing?"
There's always a reference out there.
Seinfeld as well. It's like, geez.
Yeah, we did have a Costanza reference the other night.
I just asked you about Better Call Saul when you brought up Cinnabon, so it's like I can't get away from it. I don't know, man. I feel like trying to get into the mind of a dog is like not good for the dog.
Yeah, like there's nothing I'm really too curious about what my dog's thinking. I know what she's thinking. Hungry, sleep, something's outside, I'm barking. Like, no, it's not too involved.
Know what I would hate? If a dog was sick or like hurting, but it can't communicate with you. I don't think I'd want to know that. And don't dogs act different when they don't feel well?
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
So it's like, I don't need to get in their head. I got to watch this thing now.
There you go.
I need a report. Musings one night on this. What is it called again?
Inside the Mind of a Dog.
That's easy enough.
All right, Joe, we got two more. We are getting a Huey Lewis show, Joe. Huey Lewis show called Whatever Happened to Huey Lewis. It is directed by Jimmy Kimmel. It will be a mockumentary.
Is he in it?
On Huey Lewis. And yes, I believe he is in it playing. They're trying to say it's going to be like a Curb Your Enthusiasm style show with Huey Lewis being a exaggerated caricature version of himself.
It's going to be a fail.
So, Joe Murray, are you in or out on the Huey Lewis show?
So,
is the news involved? That's what I want to know.
Yeah, where's the news? I'm a fan of Huey Lewis. He was huge in the 80s.
Sports, right?
He was also part of the We Are the World documentary. And,
which you always comes back to We Are the World.
Again. Everything comes back. That's Family Guy. Do you know that? This show is watching Family Guy. Hey, it reminds me of that time that I saw the We Are the World, Huey Lewis.
And then there's Conway Twitty for 5 minutes.
I just watched Beverly Hills Cop, the new one.
Any good?
I liked it, believe it or not. And Huey Lewis was in that one.
Axel Foley and Huey Lewis?
Well, no. Sorry. He wasn't in it. He sang his new songs in it. Because they had the boom, 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 boom. But they did 80s Huey Lewis because that was, when this movie was big. The chat. Yeah, I'm fine.
This is something I'm out on, but I'm gonna have to watch just to see the train wreck.
It's gonna be a wreck, but I root for Huey Lewis, so I'm in. But I know it's gonna be bad, so in to be bad.
All right, Joe. This is
hip to be square.
Oh boy. All right, Joe. This is one we had to get to tonight. It is a McDonald's one. This one took me by surprise. For its latest venture, McDonald's is thinking outside the box and into outer space. The article reads, McDonald's is unveiling a new spin-off restaurant called Cosmics. Apparently, this is a nod to a mascot they had in the 80s and 90s, which was like a little alien in what looks like a trash can that was called Cosmics. So the first Cosmic location will open in December in Illinois, and it is featuring a out-of-this-world menu with, very bizarre kind of menu items. Nothing too crazy, but definitely different than your normal McDonald's, and it's themed as like a Jetsons-style restaurant.
The Jetsons, you literally took the words out of my mouth. The Jetsons-style restaurant was Space Burger.
Well, now they're opening them in the States.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, this is just
I had to go to space.
No. It's just a regular restaurant that's themed like a Jetsons. It's themed like a futuristic.
Can I get like a McChicken M&M?
So they have signature galactic boosts. The first one here is a sour cherry energy burst. A tart cherry slush blended over Trudy popping boba with a boost of energy.
That's fruity.
Pick Me Up Punch, punched up berry powered lemonade with dried strawberries.
So it's any food?
Food, here we go. We have a crispy avocado.
Out.
Yep. Spicy quinoa sandwich.
Out.
Yeah, the menu is...
What do we got? Give me something Cosmic.
Yeah, it seems like the Cosmic is more on the drink side.
How about hot fudge French fries?
Not seeing those, Joe. Not seeing those. Yeah, it's kind of a disappointing menu now that I'm looking at it.
What about a banana split with McNuggets? What about quarter pounders with chicken in it? A chicken quarter pound of chicken.
Yeah, the only sandwiches I'm seeing are the creamy avocado tomatillo sandwich and the spicy queso sandwich.
You know what McDonald's used to make? A rotisserie chicken. Just deep fry that thing. $10 through the drive-thru. Bang, bang, boom. You could put it in one of those rotisserie like ovens. Yes, yep, rotisserie chicken, please, with large French fries. Thank you. And then you could go home, and again, you know my trick with the rotisserie, right? Put it in the plastic bag. Pull all the bones out. Loose chicken, baby. Rotisserie chicken. McDonald's. Do it. And you could just drop it in a fryer later. And when someone orders it, you just take it out of the oven. Rotisserie chicken.
I'm in.
And you know what? You can still dip it in sauces. That'd be cosmic. Everyone's laughing at the deep fried rotisserie chicken, but I'm not joking. Anything else?
That is going to do it for a Friday night edition.
We got to call Sammy P.
We do. We got to call Sammy.
We'll do that next here on 98.5 The Sports Hub.
From the Town Fair Tire Studios, the Patriots.
Into the end zone!
Here.
Touchdown for the Patriots!
WBC FM and HD Boston 98.5 The Sports Hub, a Beasley Media Group station. Sports Hub headlines.
The Red Sox trail the Astros 5-3 in the seventh inning. Headlines there brought to you by Safety Insurance, providing comprehensive coverage for your auto, home, and business. Ask your independent agent about safety. I'm Joe Murray. We'll talk to Sam Payanovich next.
Here we go. Boom. I win. Kaboom. Yeah. Hit somebody.
We've got a passion for Boston sports.
Get angry.
98.5 The Sports Hub. Don't go anywhere. There's more Joe Murray.
All right, back here 98.5 The Sports Hub. I'm Joe Murray. Let's go out to Las Vegas right now. Welcome in Sam Payanovich, Fox Sports. Sammy P, how are you, sir?
I hope you can hear me, buddy. I'm about to step outside of this sports book downtown. We're at the Circa, and I just met up with 7 Canadian guys who bet pretty well. They have a parlay right now that if the Padres cover the 1.5, they're going to win $60,000.
Whoa, what are they going to do? What are they going to do if they win?
They're probably going to. They're supposed to fly home tonight. They're from Toronto. We're all here at this bet bash with 900 bettors and bookies and media people, and this is the last night of their trip. And they threw this parlay in, I guess, last night at 4 or 5 in the morning, not thinking it was going to win. And all the legs are in except Padres run line. It's 2-2, about to go into extras. So there's a chance, if you know what I mean.
Oh, they need a walk-off home run.
They're the road team, so they're going to hit first.
Oh, yeah, yes, and the runner on second can help.
So, yeah, you get a home run, and then bang, bang, bang in the bottom half. They're going to win $60,000 divided by 7.
All right, I know you're going in the bet bash in a minute. I got to ask you this question. You're our, like, you know, the source that's not in-house. What is your honest assessment of Joe Milton from college, and why do you think he fell to the 6th round, and should Patriots fans be excited for him to play, yes or no?
Are you talking about future Hall of Famer Joe Milton? Is that who we're discussing right now?
Correct.
I think the knock on him, for the most part, from most of the guys that I had spoken to, is that he's unable to throw the ball 10 yards or less, and a lot of NFL playbooks now are that short West Coast quick throw type offense. I mean, we know he can throw the ball 70, 80 yards, and we know he can move. But you know what's crazy, man? Some of these guys, in some weird way, they're like better in the NFL than they were in college. And you know, I don't want to say Cam Newton, because Cam Newton won the Heisman, but then Cam Newton was really, really good in the NFL. You could argue that Cam Newton was metrically better against better competition. Some guys are just better that way. But in terms of the slide all the way down, it was all the accuracy. I mean, that's what I could gather. And, you know, he had some games last year that, you know, didn't go so well. But remember, Joe Milton was a highly recruited kid that went to Michigan. And it never worked out at Michigan, and he ended up transferring. And, you know, that's how it works now in college. But it's so funny. I haven't been in town, obviously. I've been out here for 5 days. I'm ready to jump off the roof, and my voice is shot. But, I have no idea who's going to start. You know, somebody asked me that today. Oh, you live in Boston. Who's going to start? I said, I have no idea. I would start Maye.
Oh, it's
but
Percent,
it could be Zappe. Could be Zappe. Could be Milton. Could be who knows? I have no idea. I'm not there.
All right, so you hit a big bet last night. You took the Patriots minus 6.5 when it opened at 2. So did you guys have like some sort of inside knowledge on that?
No, I didn't lay 6. I had under, so we were good. The total was 34.
Yep.
And, you know, a lot of people hearing this right now are thinking, wow, what a degenerate bet in the preseason. Did you watch the game? It wasn't even close. What was the final, 17-3 or something like that? I mean, it wasn't even close. Carolina didn't play their starting 2 quarterbacks. They didn't play Bryce Young or Andy Dalton. So they were playing a third-string guy from the gate. Like, you get that information, you can make some nice moves in preseason based on injury. But no, the Patriots, to your point, line moved 4 or 5 points. It didn't matter. Everybody at the pool had the Patriots. The books definitely lost on New England last night. They needed Carolina really bad, and it didn't come home.
All right, what's this bet bash you're going to?
It's a conference of, I would say the best way to put it, there's 900 of us here, guys that bet for a living, guys that bet recreationally, guys that move, guys that collect, bookmakers, media people. It's sort of a conference for all of us to get ready to, you know, gear up for football, because we got college football in, 2 or 3 weeks now, buddy. End of August. We're here, and then the NFL first week of September. So it's sort of the kickoff to the biggest gambling season of the year, and a lot of action here. A lot of bets going down, a lot of late night crap games. And I'll give you a bet here I made yesterday or 2 days ago. Saquon Barkley to be the offensive player of the year.
Whoa.
I bet him at 20-1. Some books in Mass have him like 12, 14-1. Dude, he just signed a 3-year contract, $26 million guaranteed. How much do you think they're going to run his ass this year in Philly?
And they have a great line, too.
I mean, they lose Kelsey, but they're still a top 3 line. Kelsey was going to be 37 years old this year. He wasn't the best part of their line last year. I think they're going to feed him the rock 25, 30 times a game. And I think that 20-1, if you could find 18-1 on Saquon, offensive player of the year. Usually the quarterback wins the MVP, and they give it to a receiver or a running back for OPOI.
You hear anything on Brandon Ayuk out there?
No, I heard he was negotiating again with San Fran today. I wouldn't be betting San Fran futures. That's all I'm going to say. I think that's a weird team. They've lost 2 Super Bowls in the last, 4 or 5 years. Got so close last year, fell short again. I'm kind of shorting them this year. I didn't bet under on the win total, but I'm not betting them Super Bowl or NFC.
What do you think about McDonald's if they made a rotisserie chicken?
I'd be down to try it. You got to try everything once, right?
Yeah, I just feel like if they like make the outside like a big giant McNugget, but the inside would be just, your typical rotisserie chicken.
So we're breading and frying the rotisserie chicken.
Correct.
Okay, what kind of sauce?
Whatever you want. I go barbecue sweet and sour ranch.
I was thinking lemon pepper.
Okay. All right, man. What's your go-to out there to eat when you're in Vegas?
Naked City Wings, best buffalo wings on the planet. Best buffalo, best hot wings.
What dipping sauce? Blue cheese ranch?
We do ranch, blue cheese, whatever. I like to eat them straight, but whatever floats my boat. It depends on how I feel. And then I'm never out of reach for a coney dog down here downtown at 3:30 in the morning that I definitely don't regret the next day.
Street meat, baby. I love street meat. All right, Sammy. Well, go enjoy Bet Bash. It sounds like a con, like a Comic Con for bettors.
Yeah, there's no costumes though. I'm wearing a suit. I look good.
Oh, that's right. You got to go look good. All right, Sammy. Appreciate you joining us from Vegas, sir. Enjoy.
I told you I would make it to Friday with no problems. I told you I'd make this happen for you.
And we got you out by 9:30.
I'm going to get wasted. See ya.
Later. Save that one, Skaz. Do you think he waited until 6:30 before drinking? Because he's a good man. He's a good man. He holds his word.
Oh yeah, I never doubted Sammy. Of course not. But now he's done his obligations, and now he's a free man.
Do you know what I feel like he just did? He just buttoned up his suit, right? And
might have unbuttoned it,
or did that pull? That pull when you pull it down, and now it's
need that Beverly Hills Cop music.
Wow, Bet Bash, huh? Where was our invite? Imagine, we're live from the Circa. I'd have no shot.
I don't think my bankroll's making the cut there.
No. I would have zero shot at Bet Bash. None. Zero. Hey, you guys are going to broadcast live from the Circa on Friday night. So what time would we have started then? 3 o'clock. Oh, that would have been perfect. 3 to 7 Vegas time. We could have gotten back to the room, gotten a nap, then dressed to the nines and go out. See, I like to go to across from the Bellagio, kind of like the non-nice places first. Like Casino Royale, like places like that, and then we hit the monorail. And pop in a couple of places. Man, Circa, huh? Going strong tonight. Keep our eyes on that that Padres bet. I'm interested to see if that. Imagine winning $60,000 with friends. They'd go straight to the strip club.
The Padres have runners on 3rd and 2nd with 1 out.
Oh. If they hit that, we need a late breaker. Actually, the thing is that the other team still gets their ups, right?
That would be a heartbreaker. If they went up
that would
4-2.
Oh my God!
And then they end up winning 4-3.
I don't want to spoil Sopranos because I know you mentioned it recently. Have you seen Tony the Better yet?
No. I just started through season 3.
Okay.
Just had Meadows' graduation.
Oh, nothing bad happened there, right?
Well, we sent our friend to sleep with the fishes. Same episode, but yes.
Sad. His wife, very sad.
3-2 Padres. 1st and 3rd, 1 out.
Would you watch?
I'd love to get like a heart rate monitor on those guys.
Would you watch?
Oh, you got to watch.
See, no. There's been times I can't watch. I told you that the one bet this ever happened to me for was I can't remember what year it was. It had to be, maybe it was 2007. But I had the Red Sox run line in the playoffs. It might have been against Cleveland. The only way they could have won is if Manny Ramirez hit a walk-off home run. Do you know what he did? He hit a walk-off grand slam. I ran up my downstairs stairs and then down the stairs, and I screamed. Yes. You could hear me from Blue Hills. People in the George Wright must have been like, what is going on up there?
Joe Murray. It is 5-2 Padres.
Oh, my God. And they got the extra insurance run. Did they just hit a 3-run homer?
2-run double.
Oh, my God.
Believe it was Manny Machado. You got to buy a Machado jersey after that.
What do you think is going on at the Circa right now?
I need a live feed from Sammy P.
Dude, there is a lot of bro loving going on right now.
A lot of hugging.
Oh, there is a lot of bro loving. Oh my God. I got no. We ain't going to break yet. Hang on. There's got to be somebody I know there. Hang on. I know somebody at Circa. I got to find out. And this is, oh boy. Oh boy. I'm looking for a crowd of guys. All right, we got to go to break. We got to keep our eyes on this one. Oh my God. All right, let's get to the headlines here on 98.5 The Sports Hub.
Sports Hub headlines.
Red Sox trail 5-3 right now, top of the 8th inning. It was going well. But you know who got lit up tonight? Lucas Sims.
Felger and Maz are just his pregame.
They've been getting wholesale deals for years.
It's Joe Murray on the Sports Home.
To explode. Sources on the ground right now. Padres lead 6-2 with 2 outs in the bottom of the 10th inning. I can only imagine right now the feeling in there. 1 strike. Now they're all runners on first and second, Skez. I can't do anything else right now but watch this. So for those tuning in, right now a group of guys did a long-legged parlay to win $60,000, and to finish it off, they need the Padres to win by the run line, which would be to win by -1.5, which would be 2 runs. They are leading 6-2 right now in the bottom of the 10th inning. Obviously, runner on second, so it's first and second. 2 outs, and Peretta is at the plate. And the kid Scott, that just got traded from the Marlins, is looking to close the door. 2-1 count right now. And I am just watching on this is what it's like to bet, everybody. You just watch the game cast. 2-2 count. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 out, 6-2 game. Bottom of the 10th inning right now. Tanner Scott. And at the plate is Johnny Pereda. And 3-2 count. Strike 3 swinging. Strike 3 swinging. The parlay is complete. $60,000 parlay is cashed at Circa, and it is about to explode. 6-2. They covered. The parlay hit. Oh, my God. Bet Bash has just begun in Vegas. Oh, my God. I need more. I need more, please. I'm looking up Circa right now, and I am going to latest 52 seconds ago. $60,000. There must be some man love going on right now in there. I'm talking hugs, right? Bro hugs. Just everybody hugging. Maybe kisses on the head, top of the head. That's like a I love you thing. Someone kisses you. I got a big bald head. It happens to me all the time. This guy's $60,000. They ain't coming home tonight.
I'd be upgrading that flight, that's for sure.
I'm either upgrading the flight or I'm not coming home. I will siege the Spearmint Rhino. Who's coming with me? Who's coming with me?
Split 7 ways. You're still taking home a good chunk of change.
What is that? I don't know what that what's that be like Joe math. 60,000.
Like 8,500 a guy.
Don't care. I would, if I got the 8,500 cash, I'd probably put 500 on black just to see what would happen and walk out. You could upgrade too to first class. Vegas to Toronto, it's a good ride, right? 6 hours probably.
Gotta be. International. Take that first class upgrade.
Okay, so a bet has been hit at Bet Bash and Circa right now. $60,000 parlay is cashed. JP wants to go off the rails. Do it.
Joe, I haven't been this fired up since Matt hit his Red Sox bet going along with him the last 5 games of the year last year. Joe, I've been on hold. I'm fired up. I was trying to make it till 10 o'clock. I'll keep it under 5 minutes. You guys just hit the drop button, you know, when I get fired up. So it started last night, Joe. We'll talk food, and I will get to sports. We go to Rochambeau's for a company event with the VP in. Never been there. Recommended it because it's attached to Copley. Joe, they had a pre-done menu printed on the menu like I was at Friendly's and going to color on it. And they served French fries with steak and a Caesars. I kid you not, they brought French fries out at a French restaurant in a bucket. It looked like a nice bucket with a scoop. I almost lost my mind. I eat French fries all week long. Granted, I was the only one that was an expert on them. I can't recommend it, Joe. I hate to talk bad, but if you've ever been,
I'd prefer.
You know.
I don't want French fries at a nice steak, a nice restaurant. I want like a potato and an odd gratin, something like that.
I thought I was at Strager with a piece of steak. I'm at a French restaurant, you know. I'm used to Target salami. I wanted something nice. I was embarrassed that I recommended the place. Now, tomorrow night, Joe, Little Woman and I, you can help me out here. Petrillo's Peabody.
Yeah.
Never been.
Okay.
Radicio, tell me about it, Joe. What am I getting?
Call Linda. Tell her you know Joe Murray.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Sorry.
Call Linda. Tell her you know me. Say hi to Mikey and Dom. They work the kitchen. Those are her sons.
Okay.
In my opinion, it is the best Italian in the area. And they make me a bolognese that might not be on the menu. So just wanted to let you know that. And by the way, they have some of the best limoncello dessert I've ever had.
Oh, she loves tiramisu and limoncello.
They got great tiramisu as well. But yes,
I
live down the street. That is my favorite restaurant.
7:45 tomorrow night.
Call Linda.
And then into the Scorpions. Oh, I'll call ahead. That way I look like I'll drop your name. I'll drop it all away. Now, what really got me fired up, let's start to tonight's topics. Disingenuous Joe. It's genuous Joe. I want that on a T-shirt. Okay, you talked 1 hour about toilets the other night. You're probably the most genuine sports show host on the air. So we got your back, Joe. That got me fired up.
Yeah, why am I disingenuous talking about a guy who's played 42 games? I'm just giving you the facts. He sucked in every big game in the SEC last year. Fact.
You're about as down to earth and as honest as they come, Joe.
I try.
Of course, we're going to be talking Padres Monday morning, Toucher and Rich. Take that back.
Who?
Toucher and Hardy.
Who?
Sorry, Hardy.
Who?
They're going to be bringing it up on Monday morning. Joe talk Padres baseball. You watch.
Who?
And final thing.
Sorry, go ahead.
McDonald's Cosmo. Wouldn't you serve a chocolate shake with a Mars bar or a Neptune sandwich, fish sandwich? Come on, let's get creative, guys. Joe, last segment of the night, we got to talk best mall food. I'm going Panda Express. Gets me every time.
Well, best, I don't know, but my favorite is Sarku, Japan. No doubt about it.
Oh, yes.
It might not be the best, but it's my favorite.
Oh, that Panda hooks me in all the time. Would you like a sample? I'm going, uh-oh. Yeah, I'm hooked.
You want to know what else is very good at the mall? The Pizza Regina, man. I don't know. It's different.
Oh.
I love the Pizza Regina at the mall.
You got that box going, Joe. They give you that slice. They throw the drink in, $3.99.
Hey,
I'm in.
Hey,
mall food gets me.
I feel like you're a Johnny Rockets guy.
A what guy?
A Johnny Rockets?
Oh, it's Tasty Burger all the time, but used to do Johnny Rockets when I worked at Providence Place. But Tasty Burger is the best. I want to be the guy that invented that wrap for the hamburger. I can unwrap it and still not drop the burger and everything stays in it. I'm in.
I might have to do a mall food tier.
There you go.
That's an article.
It's a remote. Never mind. No, it's a remote. Murray from the mall. You just start hitting South Shore Mall, Branch, all of them. I love it.
Wow, I could do Natick. I could do North Shore. We could go to the South Shore Mall. We could go up to the Emerald Square. Does that still exist? I don't know. That'd be great. I'll go to Providence, JP, if I have to.
Let me know. We'll hit Providence Place, Joe. Oh, outstanding.
All right, man. Enjoy. Have fun tomorrow. Petrillo's is outstanding. You're going to absolutely love it. It's my favorite restaurant, no doubt. My favorite two restaurants are Petrillo's and Kowloon.
Well, Kowloon, we know. We're going to put the mini golf course in the back there one day. And I'll mention your name. Are you on Sunday morning, Joe?
10 o'clock.
Oh, you know I'm calling with the review. Thanks, Joe.
Can't wait, bro. Thank you. Oh, Petrillo's. I'm going to text Mikey right now. Get ready for JP.
I hope he has his reservation as JP and NP.
JP and NP. Musings next here on 98.5 The Sports Hub.
More Joe Murray coming up on the Sports Hub.
and ticket today. Must be 18 or older to play.
Quick, smelly.
It's Joe Murray on the Sports Hub.
Trying to clean up my email today because I get that storage warning. You ever get a storage warning in your emails, guys?
Oh, yeah.
You know, mine, know what it is? It's audio. There's so much audio in there.
Yeah, Celtics season. I'm cleaning out the folders.
So I had to unload stuff, and I had a musings folder. I didn't realize. Stayed at a hotel or traveled while on vacation or while out, you can hear somebody else snoring. Has this ever happened to you?
I don't think I've ever experienced an external snore before.
The reason why I looked at the date, I was down the Cape 3 years ago, and I was in the bottom cottage, but there were kids above me, so I could hear the kids walking around, which I could get over that, right? You're on vacation, it's Cape, whatever. But then I kept hearing this is what it sounded like. And I just kept going, what is that?
It's like the creepiest baby monitor of all time.
Okay, so maybe that's what it was. But anyways, I would turn everything off and I would just hear. So then I'm like, all right, well, is that somebody snoring? What is that?
I might need a CPAP machine or something.
It could have been. But it just kept going. It was on cue every single time. And I go, how do I end this? How does this end? Because even if you put the music on, you're still going to hear. Through the noise.
I'm out on that.
So you've never had an external snoring situation?
Not that I can recall. I mean, I've had sleepovers with buddies or at a buddy's apartment and he's snoring.
Oh, that's the worst.
Yeah.
I have a friend who...
I got a buddy who... Yeah,
Early. We will not sleep in the same room as that kid.
Yes, yeah.
And the thing is, you can hear it.
The bachelor party I just went on, there was one guy who had his own designated sleeping area.
And you know what, though? He's probably yeah.
Better for everybody. Everybody's happy. Can I give you one gripe I do have with hotels, though? We're in Murray's musings. My biggest problem with hotels lately, and I think the other Murray has mentioned this, is the lock on the air conditioning. You go into these hotels now, and the first thing I do when I walk into a hotel room is I try and get it as cold as human. I want icicles coming out of my nose when I'm sleeping in a hotel room. I want it 55. I don't care. I want to take that thing as low as it goes. These hotels now, they have locks on the thermostats. The lowest you can get it is 70, 69, maybe 68. But
no, 69.
Yeah, I am out on the lock on the thermostat.
I agree with you. And so, went to the Cape on vacation this year. Called the front desk. What was my friend's name? I can't remember his name. Called him, though. Said, hey, dude, can you come into the room? He goes, what do you need? I go, multiple things. Well, what? Dude, there's 5 things I need you to do. The TV wasn't working. I don't want to come. No, I'm not going to go there. And I'm going to go back. So it's I don't... And by the way, one of the weirdest things, the phone didn't work. I don't need a phone. But how do you call the front desk? If the phone doesn't work, and then you know what the thing is if you call the hotel, you're not getting the person up front. You're getting some sort of business center that's what's your room? What you do? No, they're in Georgia. Anyways, I'm just curious if anybody has dealt with external snoring while hotel, Airbnb, whatever. What do you do about it? What can you do about external snorers? Should I take this? Adam on hotels.
Hey, Joe. It's Adam from Ipswich. I met you at one of the shows, but I just recently, I was at Cape Cod, and we were on a tuna trip. We couldn't get back to where we wanted to stay, so I had to go back into Provincetown. I get a hotel room. We find a place, $450 for the night. We're like, sweet. We get in there. It's a rotating fan. Not even an AC unit. Just a rotating fan on the wall.
Out.
Yeah.
$450
we
a
would have
night.
been out
$450 a night.
$450 a night for a rotating fan. And then the other issue is I'm the snorer of the group, so I slept fine. But apparently the other guys were not so happy with me.
You could go to Buc-ee's and get a wall fan, or one of those square ones, that go in a window. By the way, I think that there should be transparency when it comes to air conditioning.
Yeah, when I went to New Jersey for a wedding a couple months ago, the hotel, it's kind of like the Cape. We're out on the water. We're in LBI. And the place we were staying at, I noticed when I was going through the room descriptions, some said they had AC and others just didn't mention it at all. So I made sure that I booked a room that said it had AC because my buddy's got a room and it did not have AC.
You went to New Jersey?
Yes.
Would you rather? Let's do this or that. New Jersey that smelled like fish with air conditioner, or New Jersey no air conditioner doesn't smell like fish?
I mean, you got to give me what's the temperature out, Joe? What are we talking about here?
95.
Yeah, give me the AC. I can light a candle. I can put an air freshener in there.
With
whatever.
the fish.
I can deal with smell more than I can deal with heat. Now, if we got smelly and heat, then we got a real problem.
I would drive to the casino. When in doubt, do whatever you want there. They have Wi-Fi if you bring a computer. I do that all the time, by the way. In Everett, I can park my car for free. I can do my work. I can Uber to the garden or wherever I want to go. They also have shuttles, by the way. Free. When in doubt, drive to the casino. Joe is in the car on AC. Say Joe.
Joe, don't go to Italy, buddy. I was in Sorrento about 2-3 years ago. We stayed at a hotel, one of the best hotels there, $850 a night. They don't got AC. I went up to my room. I said, "Oh, I can't sleep in here. What are you, crazy?"
It reminds me of. It reminds me of Paulie. Hey, don't. Oh, no, it's funny. You ever see?
Oh,
you ever see the Family Guy?
I got a bolognese in the oven.
This is Family Guy. It's not me. For those who'll get offended by this.
No, they literally brought in Tony Sirocco to yeah. That's one.
All right, the scene I'm talking about is my friends from home are notorious for this, okay? But that caller, Joe, just nailed it.
Oh.
You know how somebody talks out of line and Paulie will always be like, "Yo, hey, Tone, hey, what do you think?" Well, I think it was Family Guy. There was a bunch of Italian guys in line trying to go somewhere, and somebody just kind of walked by and cut them on. They're all like, "Hey, oh, hey, oh, hey." That sounded like that. $850 a night. That needs to have an indoor pool in the room. I want someone feeding me cheese for $850 a night.
Oh.
But nobody's got an external snore, huh? I'm telling you, it might have been a machine. It might have been a machine now that I think about it. What do you do about that? Dude, if you call the front desk in the middle of the night, nothing is getting fixed, the guy said. Pre-booking guarantees nothing in hotels. That's true. Do you know they have this insurance on hotels too? Most places, if you try to change your thing the day of, they'll charge you a fee.
Oh. went up to my room. I said, oh.
Every once in a while, I drop one of those.
Oh.
Like I'm trying to remember where this happened to me before. I think I was like waiting in line. I forget what I was doing, but some guy like cut in front of me. I went, hey, oh, hey. I was like, what are you doing, bro?
I went up to my room. I said, oh.
Reminds me of Andrew Dice Clay. Good old mother. Oh. Hey, Tone. 8:50 at night. No AC. Oh. Why does that make me laugh so much? Yo, Dice. Joe, it's not the snoring sounds from the room next door. It's usually the couple next door in the hotel that keeps you awake. Reminds me of Forgetting Sarah Marshall. One's in one room, the other's in the other. Yeah, Stewie goes on the blind date, right? He was judging everybody by their arm hair. Weekends.
Oh.
He would just look at their arms. And he would be like, they're Italian. All right. Family Guy, how do they get away? Honestly, what is more offensive? Family Guy or South Park?
My answer is neither, but I understand.
No, what is more?
I mean, South Park definitely goes further, I would say.
They bring up like real life world situations.
South Park is, Family Guy, they do it as well, but I think South Park goes more to the extreme.
Family Guy is more like, this reminds me of that one time.
I went up to my room. I said, oh.
Calls on this one, so this is my own fault. Oh, the erotic the erotic Peter Griffin. Should I take this? Kevin's in Andover. Hey, Kevin.
Hey, Joey. How you doing? So I got a story. I went to London maybe 3 years or so ago, and apparently they don't have a summer there. So I got there, and I guess it never breaks 70. I don't know. But I got there, and it happened to be the hottest week. So I booked this Airbnb, and I think it was like $1,500 a night. I mean, it was 4-bedroom, 5-bedroom, what have you. And I walk in, and it's gorgeous. The place is amazing, right? I walk in, and it's 92 degrees outside, and I'm looking for an AC. I'm like, hey, where's the AC? The guy looks at me like I have two heads, right? He goes, yeah, we don't have that here. I'm like, wait, what do you mean you don't have that here? Yeah, we don't have an AC. But if you want an AC, I can put one in, and it'll cost you another $150 a night.
Done.
It cost me another $600 a night for 4 ACs. It's just ridiculous.
So it cost, but you know what though? That $600 you would have complained for 4 nights.
I did. He told me to go to Amazon and order a fan.
You didn't pay.
No. I paid. Then I complained to the company, Airbnb, and then he told me to go to the Amazon and order some fans. Like, what?
So instead, wow.
It's ridiculous.
How much those did you have to put the fans together too?
No, I didn't get the fan. I got the AC.
Oh, okay. That happened to me. That happened to me recently. I had to buy a fan. It was hot, and when I bought the fan, I had to put the thing together. Anything else, guys? Nobody's had an external snore before? Am I just crazy? And a machine snore, too.
Plenty of AC stories. No snoring stories.
No, I will not go. There's a convenience store, guys, near here. And their air conditioner's not working when they go, and it's a gas station, of course. But they have this contraption. You know when like your dryer goes like this little tube thing that goes outside? It's one of I don't know what it is. I went in and I touched the candy, and literally the candy was melted of how hot it was in there.
Out. And
if the guy told me he lived.
Today would be August 9th, Joe.
I had the birthdays.
I got a couple if you need them.
Yeah, what do you got?
Deion Sanders, 57th birthday today.
He's no longer talking to the Big 12 media.
Shocker.
Or is it SC? I can't remember
who
what
knows?
Conference he's in.
It is Brett Hull's 60th birthday. Today would have been Whitney Houston's birthday.
Remember the night? Was that game 4?
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that.
Game 4 of the NBA Finals. I was at a TGI Fridays, and it was really sad because they lost. And literally, they were playing Whitney Houston, and people were dancing, and I just ended up singing, "Don't make me close one more door. I don't want to hurt anymore." You know whose birthday it is? Anna Kendrick with that Cup song. No?
I don't know if I know that one.
When I'm gone.
That's Anna Kendrick?
Yeah.
I think of her as like an actress.
Yeah, she did that Cup. She is
Yeah, but like I don't think of her as a singer.
I think it was from a movie.
Ah, okay.
She might have sang it in a movie.
I mean, she probably did.
I mean, Bradley Cooper sang a song.
That's true. We've been over that.
John Travolta sang songs.
Joe, a big birthday today.
Mm-hmm.
Celtics legend. It is Bob Cousy's 96th birthday today.
That is right, and it's something we should hit on shortly, some Celtic stuff. He also checked in on the Steve Kerr, Jason Tatum stuff. Go figure. Happy birthday, Alexa Bliss, 33 years old from WWE Wrestling. Deion Sanders is 57, huh? Can't believe that one. Who else you got?
It is one Robert Shaw's birthday, British actor from Jaws.
Sam Elliott, who is also in that Bradley Cooper movie.
He's also the new mayor in Family Guy.
Oh, is he?
Now that Adam West is no longer with us, I believe Sam Elliott is the mayor.
He's like in Tombstone.
Parks and Rec, he's in.
He's in Parks and Rec. He's in Roadhouse. Like, what is he not in?
The Banquet Beer.
He's got a great voice, though, huh? You know, why do we do sport? Why don't we just do this all night long?
Joe, this is what we do all night long.
Like, do we want to argue with people about Joe Milton or talk about Family Guy and what movies Sam Elliott was in? What does the chat think? More sports talk or just this?
The chat is saying Anna Kendrick got her start in musical theater.
By the way, Sam Elliott has a great mustache. Like, he might be on like a Mustachio Hall of Fame. Is there a Mustache Hall of Fame?
Raleigh Fingers would have to be on there.
He's got a great one. Mustache Hall of Fame. Oh, my God. There's an international Mustache Hall of Fame. Who would... Nah, we can't do... Louis Tion had a really good beard. I mean, I keep saying beard. Mustache. You know what? A creepy one, though? Jason Giambi. Never liked his. When I was a kid, Carney Lansford was on the Oakland A's, and he had one. Rod Beck. I don't know if you remember him. He was on the Red Sox for a little while. He had a hell of a mustache. I think Keith Hernandez.
That's a good one.
Yeah, Raleigh Fingers, though, is probably the cream of the crop when it comes to mustaches. But Sam Elliott had a great mustache. I think that's all I got tonight.
Joe, it is one Marvin Minsky's birthday today. He co-founded MIT and is believed to be one of the fathers of AI. So I don't know if we should be thanking him or what, but yeah, computer scientist from New York, but lived in Boston. The father of AI. Could come back to haunt us.
Yeah, that could take over the world kind of thing. Like MIT, didn't they try to battle blackjack dealers?
He co-founded the Massachusetts Institute of Technology's AI laboratory and wrote several texts concerning AI and its philosophy.
You know who's got a great mustache? Ron Swanson.
Nick Offerman, that's a good one. Salvador Dali, kind of a famous one. Not like as prominent as others, but definitely famous.
Oh, Alex Trebek.
That's a good one.
Charlie Chaplin.
The Walrus, what was his name? Stadler, the golfer there. He had a good one.
Yeah, he's a good one. Oh, Burt Reynolds. And Tom Selleck. Sometimes
Tom Selleck,
I couldn't tell them apart sometimes. Is that weird? I don't know why I couldn't, that one always got me. Freddie Mercury had a pretty... Lionel Richie's got a solid one.
Cheech has a pretty good one.
Cheech Marin has a great one. Mike Ditka had a really nice groomed one. He had a really good... The skinny mustache, if you want to do skinny... Prince always had... Also, Bryan Cranston, when he was Walter White, but not Walter White. Sacha Baron Cohen.
Getting a lot of Hollywood Hogan in the chat.
Yeah, but that's more of a Fu Manchu, isn't it? Or
I believe so.
It's still a... Yeah, Wilford Brimley, definitely. Geraldo, definitely. Eddie Murphy had a nice little... Will Ferrell as Anchorman. Pedro, remember him from Napoleon? Steve Harvey.
Now that's a good one.
That's a good one. And that dude Milo from This Is Us. Sad. Just a sad show. All right, we're late. Mustache Fridays. Who wants a mustache ride? Headlines next.
WBC FM and HD Boston.
Patriots!
It's an all-new season for the Patriots.
Wow.
And you'll hear it all right here.
Yes.
Your home of the pass. 98.5, the Sports Hub. Beasley Media Group Station. Sports Hub headlines.
Red Sox lost 8-4. Lucas Sims got the loss. Gave up 4 runs. Not good. Teams meet again tomorrow. Patriots. They cut Juju Smith-Schuster today. He's out. He's gone. Oh! He's got a great groomed mustache. Whoa! No wickedness. No. Oh! I don't know. Headlines are brought to you by Safety Insurance, providing comprehensive coverage for your auto, home, and business. Ashford, independent agent about safety. I'm Joe Murray.
Let's talk turkey, shall we?
Blah, 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 blah.
Oh, in the sports industry, that's what you say.
Got your talking head right here, buddy.
98.5, the Sports Hub.
All right, back there. Now, does Max have a mustache? What about Stephen A? Do we work with anybody with a mustache?
Max has got like the full goatee, mustache thing. So not kind of, sort of, but not a prominent Steve Harvey mustache. Or like
does any
Tom
other
Selleck.
Does any other on-air host have facial hair?
Was there a time where Johnny Wallach had a mustache?
John Wallach had a mustache. You're right. Wallach. Does any other host have facial hair?
Fred's had like a beard, right?
It's like
Hardy, yeah.
No, Hardy, no.
Not like a full beard, but like
Fred.
Not clean shaven.
Fred's had facial hair. Beetle, no. Zoe, no. McCone, no. Can he even? Felger? Maz, no. Jim, yeah.
Yeah, Jim, yeah.
Jim's had a mustache recently. I saw it on Nantucket. So really, the Murrays are the only guys who have facial hair, besides Wallach, who tries to have a mustache. We got to go to break. I'm Joe Murray here on the Sports Hub.
Don't go anywhere. There's more Joe Murray. More Joe Murray on the way. Murray gets you right through the night.
I actually spoke with women today.
On the Sports Hub.
You got to work.
Rev Run had a stash. I would say he had a stash. Anyways, people love that song, guys. We're just getting going. Just getting going here. Red Sox update. I want to do that Celtics thing too. Red Sox update. They lost 8-4 tonight. Tanner Houck got the start, and he has struggled since the All-Star break, no doubt about it. But tonight, 6 innings, only gave up 4 hits, 1 earned, had 3 walks, 82 pitches. They took him out with 82 pitches. They brought Lucas Sims in, who they got at the trade deadline. He struggled. Only got 1 out, gave up 4 earned, did give up that home run as well. That was it. And know who else kind of, I shouldn't say he struggled, but he did kind of struggle. Luis Garcia, the other addition that they got, he gave up a run tonight. So the trade deadline acquisitions, I would say, did not do well. And then Jansen also did not do well tonight. So Houston, so they've lost 2 in a row, right? They took 2 out of 3 in back-to-back series. Now they've lost 2 in a row. These things do happen. These things happen. Tomorrow they get a 4 o'clock game, and yet I don't think they've announced the starter yet for tomorrow. I'll keep looking up on that one. By the way, I didn't mention this. I've been having, tonight, a lot of people have been listening and reaching out. So I appreciate at 10:30 at night, there's a lot of people still listening. I guess, Skaz, the Sagamore Bridge is shut down tonight. And it's been like this for the last 4 hours. Now, I feel bad for the accident and the people. But what can you do? If you are on Route 3, right? And if you didn't take that right where Buzzards Bay is, you're host. What if you run out of gas? I mean, what could you do? So I guess right now, the Sagamore Bridge is shut down due to an accident. And the last update was it still hasn't. It's going 25 miles per hour right now at the 495 Bourne Rotary. There's only one way in and one way out. This would ruin my weekend. So I love the Cape. I love the Cape, but I don't love that. And I feel bad for anybody that's stuck in that, because here's the deal, right? You probably went late. Maybe you have to check in. Is anybody there to check you in? Are they going to be compassionate about the situation that you paid for one day that you can't even get? This is tough. That's a tough situation. So I had to mention it. Krista is on the Cape. Hey, Krista.
What up, Joe? How are you?
How you doing? Are you down the Cape or going down there?
I'm on the Cape side. I went to a play tonight, and then I live right on the other side of the bridge, so I'm trying to find my way home. All of my friends are like, you're not going to be able to get home tonight, so I'm going to try the Bourne Bridge, but I'll let you know. But, yeah, it looks like I'm going under the Sagamore right now. It's dead stop and tons of emergency cars up there.
So you went a different way, but you can see it. But you can see it.
Yeah. Yeah, so I'm on the canal road that runs like a jam.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
That's rough. Yeah. So I mean,
well, on a lighter
minor
note,
to that. Yeah.
On a lighter note, who has the best mustache in your opinion?
The best mustache? Okay, I think that Monica and Chandler were better, obviously, but you know who I'd like to see in a mustache would be Glenn Powell. I think that would be very nice.
Glenn Powell in a mustache, huh?
I think that might be good. I don't know.
I mean, he's too handsome for me, I think. He's
he's
the Twisters
he's
guy, right?
Really handsome. Yeah, he's a Twisters guy. Yeah.
That guy is way too handsome. If I saw that man in person, I'd be like, dude, you need to chill.
It'd probably burn my retinas, honestly. But, Joe, I think you could pull off a mustache also. I think you've got like the strong facial features.
I have an iconic beard, Krista. My beard is groomed. I go to a barber, everything. So if I shaved my face, I would look like I was 15.
If you 15 or 50?
15. I would look like a teenager.
Oh, okay. You'd be
No. Me without a beard, out.
Wouldn't be a good time. Okay, well, I'll take your word for it.
All right. Well, good luck on the Cape
You
tonight.
know your strengths.
I do.
Thanks, Joe.
I know
I'll talk to you
where I
guys
rank.
soon.
Thank you very much, Krista. Mike Ditka had a really nice groomed one. Can you just... The way I said it, I had no clue where it was going, by the way. I realized it was Mike Ditka all of a sudden out of nowhere. Mike Ditka had a really nice groomed one. Oh, my God. Ditka versus a hurricane. Ditka versus a mustache. Deep breath. Neil is still here.
Neil is on his way home, thankfully.
He's still here. I thought we were the only people left in the place, and here you are. At least you're not going to the Cape. Fortunately, I feel terrible about the news on that. Well, if you're in the Cape, we got 20 more minutes to go. We'll take a break. I'm Joe Murray here on the Sports Hub.
Sports Hub headlines.
Red Sox lose tonight 8-4. Juju Smith-Schuster was cut today by the New England Patriots. I've been trying to talk about them all night long. This is your daily reminder. The Celtics are NBA champions. Does anyone on the Celtics have a mustache? Did Svi Mikhailuk have one?
Well, Jalen's got like the beard at times. It's not really a. I mean, he has a mustache, but it's not just a solo mustache.
Mustache Celtics. Google searches tonight, man. Okay. Oh, Gordon Hayward had one. Danny Ainge had one too. Back in the day. Does Lucky have a mustache? The mascot. Anyways, I wanted to knock these out. John Henry and the Fenway Sports Group could be or are going to be one of the teams that potentially are seriously considering bidding on the Celtics.
It's a chunky. Uh-oh, you got a chunky.
I really hope not. Really hope not. Christmas Day games, guys. You're going to be working on Christmas this year? 76ers at Celtics in Boston.
I'd like to go, maybe.
Would you go?
Depending. I mean, I don't know if I could afford to, but yeah, I mean.
That is a good thing.
Yeah,
well, it's 70. It's not like the Warriors, though.
Yeah, but it's going to be Paul George. It's Celtics Sixers.
That's true.
Yeah.
And it's going to be the third game of the day, I believe. We get Wemby in New York.
I like that.
Mavericks T-Wolves rematch.
That's a good one.
And then you get LeBron, Steph, Nightcap, Durant, Jokic. A rematch of yesterday. Developing take as much as I. Okay, what's more probable? Steve Kerr orchestrating the Curry, KD, LeBron trio, or the trio not wanting Jason Tatum involved?
I don't think it has anything to do with the players on the team.
Me too.
LeBron and KD have been championing Jason Tatum for years. LeBron, when Tatum was a rookie, was making like Instagram posts about how Tatum's like the next guy.
Yeah, he even did recently.
Yeah.
Yeah, about dunking on him.
And
whatever.
Kevin Durant, like when Jason Tatum was the second best player in the Olympics and they won a gold medal, Kevin Durant said after the gold medal, "This is Jason Tatum's team going forward."
Jason Tatum's mother, not happy with Steve Kerr's decision. By the way, it is just laughable that Tatum didn't play. The first time it was absurd. Now it's
disrespectful, is what it is. Something is amiss.
Tatum's mom. Oh no,
his dad chimed in too and was saying miss me with this BS or whatever.
Well, Wick Grossbeck said, I wouldn't play Steve Kerr. Let me put it that way. He said, if I was putting a coaching staff together. Sounds like that snorer.
Doesn't this hurt Team USA going forward too? If you're someone like Jason Tatum, just won a title, first team All NBA. He's got another kid on the way. He's been playing more basketball than anyone in the last few years. Could have taken the summer off, spent it with Deuce and his family, whatever, done whatever he wants. He says, nope, I want to go represent my country. I don't care that I just won the title, played basketball basically year round. I want to go. I want to be there. I want to be part of Team USA. And Steve Kerr sits his ass down on the bench, doesn't play him in two pivotal games. And if you're someone else, how do you look at that and say, oh, man, what if that happens to me? And how does Jason Tatum not look at that and say, do I want to play for these guys in 2028?
He ain't. And so they said that Grant Hill said that he wants to have Jaylen Brown on the 2028 team. Out.
They should. Honestly, it's childish, but they should both tell him screw.
And you know who came out today? Bob Cousy. Said it's an embarrassment, some kind of bias that he's got against the Celtics. He must think Tatum is a detriment. Cousy told Dan Shaughnessy, I don't see how he can feel that way and know nothing about basketball.
Yeah, the only thing I push back on there is Drew Holiday and Derek White are also Celtics.
Yeah, that's right. I will say this, though. I had a chance to talk to Satch Sanders years ago, and he feels that there's Celtics that aren't in the Hall of Fame. He finally got in. But he feels that there's a bias in the Hall of Fame because there's so many Celtics. And he's a guy who ended up getting in. He called him out, got in, but
I just think Steve Kerr looks like an absolute moron. Like, Team USA women's, right? Would you say that's a stacked roster?
I would.
Would you say
Caitlin Clark? Yeah.
Caitlin Clark didn't make it.
Didn't make it, yeah.
So, I mean, Diana, all that.
But everyone's playing.
12 players.
Yep.
Each 6 minutes a game.
Why couldn't they just play these 5 and these 5 and battle it out to who plays at the end of the game? Just like have an in-house competition. People are rooting for France openly right now. I'm interested in that game. Is that tomorrow?
3:30 tomorrow.
That's going to be must-see. What was the other thing I wanted to mention on...
Would you like the list of players and media personalities that came out just today defending Jason Tatum?
I saw Rudy Gay just came out recently with one.
Yeah, so this comes from Celtics Unite on Twitter. List of NBA players and media defending Tatum. You said Rudy Gay, Jordan Clarkson, Carmelo Anthony, Jamal Crawford, Dwight Howard, Stephen A., Shaq, Tim Legler, Charles Barkley, Gilbert Arenas, Bob Cousy, Draymond Green, who tweeted multiple times during the game.
He's going to the game.
You need to change these rotations. Grant Williams, obviously. Quinn Cook was another one. Jay Williams. So, yeah, it's just Steve Kerr has created this mess. I think it's embarrassing for Steve Kerr.
I wonder if it's going to deter people from going to Golden State or wanting to play with Golden State. And I wonder what they're going to look like after Steph Curry and all that.
This is how you treat the only American that was first-team All-NBA. It's just disrespect.
Tatum's just not a bad...
It doesn't make any sense. Like, Tatum's never said anything, done anything. Like, yeah, he beat the Warriors by 50. You're going to be like that. I just can't believe it's that childish. But it's tough to find a real basketball reason that Jason Tatum is not playing.
Tomorrow, big one. So we got Christmas Day. Everyone's calling out Steve Kerr, including Tatum's mom and dad. And John Henry might buy the team.
Would you like to know who's starting for the Red Sox tomorrow?
Who?
From Dan Roach on Twitter, Josh Winkowski will start tomorrow.
Fine. They need somebody. By the way, they were at the workout for Rich Hill today. I played against Rich Hill. I think he's a year ahead of me.
He's 44, I believe.
Yeah.
43, right around there.
Milton, it was a summer league thing. I played against him in Milton, big lefty. You know what? I'd do that. Why not?
You already got Paxton. Bring in the other big lefty.
Yeah, but they need a lefty, and he's local. He's consistent. You know him. And he wants to play for a contender. Why not? One call before we go home. Corey in the car. What's up, man?
Hey, what's going on?
What's up, bud?
Hey, so just kind of piggyback on the last caller, like saying the stuck in the traffic. I run a pizza shop myself. I've been stuck in this traffic for well over 2 hours.
Wait, are you delivering pizza in the Cape traffic?
No. I run the pizza shop. I was on my way home.
What?
I run one that's like near the Plymouth-Kingston border.
Okay.
But I live over the bridge in Bourne.
Okay, so there was a tragedy tonight, unfortunately. And I hope we kept you entertained, and I hope you have a pizza.
Unfortunately, no. I heard that it was on and.
Yep, sorry, man. I really apologize, and I want your pizza. Skaz, that's it tonight, man. Let's go home.
We made it, Joe.
Let's go home.
You were on what, Sunday?
Sunday at 10.
We'll get JP's analysis.
Oh yeah, Petrolas.
Are you on with Leroy?
Cerrone.
There we go. I heard he was tweeting. I'm excited. I'm going to tune into Cerrone tomorrow. He's been great on Twitter lately with all the Team USA stuff. He was the one that pointed out that the women's team is having no issues at all finding playing time.
And don't ever tell him that this team could beat the 92 team.
Yeah, I'm with him on that one.
We're back on Monday. It's Eagles week. Should be a good one. Thank you, Skaz. I'm Joe Murray. We'll talk to you guys on Monday on the Sports Hub.
More Joe Murray coming up on the Sports Hub.